Hey friends, how's it going? Welcome to PlayShift. Thanks for joining us for a fun Friday night of D&D. This will be part two of our little trident of Tales of Theris. So we'll have part three coming next time we do PlayShift. But yeah, we had a fun time doing this a couple weeks back, and we're excited to jump into the second round of this. Let's go around and let's go ahead and describe, say who you are as your player, and then you can go ahead and describe your character and give us your name. Carter, I'll be your Loremaster tonight.
Ooh, yeah, I need to change your text to Loremaster. This was Carter's good idea that instead of because every game has a different title for the DM or the keeper or whatever.
I mean, it's also on brand for lore casters.
Yeah, it's Loremaster.
Yep. Awesome. And then do we want to? I'll throw it to Danny if you want to introduce your character.
Hello. I'm Danny. I will be playing Ondine tonight. She is a sea elf, but skinned as a mermaid. She's very Ariel style Disney mermaid, except she's yellow and fun and effervescent, lavender hair. She is an arcane cleric of the Sea Witch, a Sea Witch, capital T, capital S, capital W, the Sea Witch. And she is also Cosette's twin sister.
And I'm Cosette. Stephanie playing Cosette, the sort of yin to Ondine's yang. I am also a mermaid. A little bit different though. I have pale purple skin. A little bit different though. I have pale purple yellow hair, and I am a rogue, swashbuckling rogue, because we're under the sea. So.
And then I am Shauna. I am playing Marisha Manta Ray, a Circle of the Moon Druid. Race is a Triton, but also, skinned as a mermaid. She has very pale turquoise skin and a deep purple turquoise ombre hair.
It's a good color.
Like the ocean.
Blend in.
I blend in.
I am Chris. I'm playing Beakus Boktopus, but everyone knows him as Beak. He's a real beefy boy. Not as beefy as you'd expect, but he sure hits hard, and he's very charming. Sorry, I'm working out some tech stuff. We're getting it working.
Love it.
All right, we're good.
Cool. So this party hails from the underwater city of Theris. Theris is just this massive kind of metropolitan city-state that exists under the ocean. And then when I say under the ocean, up till the end of last episode, you guys thought the ocean was this world. Around 1,000 years ago, there seemed to be this calamity where a portal to the water plane that Theris actually helps maintain and is the guardian and steward of. 1,000 years ago, this portal ripped open and let a bunch of water from the water plane into this planet, and it swallowed all of the civilizations, making this world, Telemere, an entire water world. But after encountering in the deep depths of the sea a ghost kind of pirate ship, and then a sort of scholar from the surface world, you realized that not all is as it seems, and it seems that some of the surface world, if not a large portion of it, as he alleges, survived this calamity. Although it did happen, he did say that there was a large flood 1,000 years ago, and some stuff was lost, but the majority of the surface world, as he claims, still exists. So you guys are kind of rocking with that kind of revelation, and you boarded this ship, this ghost pirate crew, with a Captain Phineas Rogers, kind of Barbossa style. Looks like a human, but in a firelight, you'll see the skeleton under his paper thin skin, and his crew of ghost pirates. And then alongside with them is the scholar, Professor Cornelius. And together you all encountered some geyser elementals, some freak things started to happen when the seafloor split open and these geyser elementals came out. They started to assail the ship, and you dealt with them. After a couple of you went down. Tough fight, but you guys were able to dispatch them without issue. Same thing with the ship; they were able to dispatch the ones that were attacking them. But in this kind of chaos, some of these ships in this kind of ghost ship graveyard. Some of the ships broke open, and the captain caught a kind of a shining metal coming from within one of these ships. You all went to investigate, and you found what the professor alleges to be a Atlandian automaton. And you guys have been following these threads, trying to find the lost surface city of Atlandis. And emblazoned on this thing's chest, almost like a mechanical part of its form, is the symbol for Atlandis, this kind of like stylized A that sits on its chest. And at the end of the last episode, you took one of your little water crystals that are all over Theris and are used to power your society and your technology. And you took one of these little crystals, placing it inside of this automaton, and it came back to life. And the last words that you heard were, "They're going to open the rift." And that is where we will pick back up. They're going to open the rift! And you see like this thing just has like circular eyes, and they kind of like flash. Kind of think Ben from Treasure Planet, where they've got like LED lights, and they kind of like glitch back on. One of them's kind of like glitching. It looks like he's just kind of like permanently blinking in this one eye. And one eye is fully on and like wide as he kind of like sits up and not breathing, but it does have like human-like movements to them. They have like this bronze kind of body, no like hair or clothing or anything, just like purely bronze, kind of like brass implements across its body. It's got like mechanical joints. It doesn't look like a suit of armor, but more like robotic. And it's got like a kind of like humanoid kind of shaped head with like a slit for a mouth, and then these like LED lights. And whenever it talks, that blue glow of the crystal that you've placed inside it kind of like speaks like with the beats and the syllables as he talks. And he's just kind of like...
It has a name tag that says J. Poyo.
Yes, it has a name tag that says J. Poyo.
It's wonderful to meet you, J. Poyo.
Who are you? Where am I?
You're underwater.
Calibrating. And you see like there's like a blue flash across his form, and he... I'm sorry, I was getting my bearings. It would seem I am quite below normal levels. I'm sorry. I have to get to Theris.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
What do you know of Theris?
Well, it is, and then he starts to like kind of like blank for a second, and the eyes kind of glitch, and then he just spouts off a bunch of information about like the ancient city of Theris. And like you know that like this is like this civilization, this city that you guys live in, has lasted longer, like far longer than 1,000 years. 1,000 years ago, it was at like the height of technology, and it seems that it is still at the height of that technology today, even more so than the surface world. But he just kind of, I have to get there. They're going to open the rift. We need to stop them.
Oh,
what rift?
Been opened, I think.
I don't understand. I failed. We failed.
Yeah.
He kind of like looks around.
Wish
and,
a bunch of water around.
I do a beautiful little mermaid twirl. I look like a Goldine.
Stare obviously at the tails like.
We've adapted.
There were Therians that lived under the water well before my time. It's just we were trying to save the rest of the surface world. Was the rest of the surface swallowed? Then, if the plane is open.
Yes, probably. Well, I mean, we did just hear from that one guy that is land, but I don't know if I believe it.
And you see kind of standing behind you, just like in utter shock, like jaw down, is Professor Archibald Cornelius. He's like a shorter gentleman. He's like maybe like 5'6", portly, round-faced fella. He looks much like Benjamin Franklin, kind of like has that like revolutionary kind of style garb on, and just kind of like bald on top, a little kind of ponytail down the back. And he's like holding like a massive tome that he was like just flipping through pages of when this thing came online.
Oh,
and
you
it seems
didn't
like
say he was handsome.
The book that he has like abjuration on it that keeps water, that keeps it like water sealed.
It's
He's a handsome,
Shauna. Everyone's hot.
Handsome fella. And then behind him stands Captain Finley Rogers, this kind of like Barbossa-like figure, as like the green flame that works underwater here on this ghost pirate ship kind of like shines. You see the skeleton on the side of his face. What be the meaning of this then, Professor? You said this was the key to discovering Theris, to undoing my curse. Out with it then, man. And the professor's just kind of like, this is monumentous. This is we must. I must interview this automaton immediately.
I mean, get in line. I want to know stuff too. First of all, what's up with the rift? Why? What happened? What? Tell me everything you know about why the rift was opening. What caused it? Who was trying to prevent it? Who are you working with? Who do you work for?
Oh, I work for the Union of Theris and Atlandis. And he kind of like looks down at his like little like chest, and he like kind of like pokes it. The Theris guards the primordial rift to the plane of water. There are 4 such planes that exist on this planet, but the water realm was torn asunder. Was about to be torn asunder, but it seems that has already happened. As he kind of like starts to like look around, and his body's like kind of glitching where the lights are. There was a cult of some sort, a primordial kind of cult that wanted to claim this world as their own, and I was on my way to stop them. I should have stopped them.
I mean, it makes sense. If you want to clean something, to use unlimited water, it's just smart.
What was the name of the cult?
We don't know. They just talked about bringing a new age of primordial conquest to Telemere.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think we have any cults down here, so they're probably all dead, which is good news for you.
Yes, they were quite squirrely. We thought them long defeated, but it seems that their remnants were able to get into Theris and to activate the plane, sundering the rift and flooding this world. And he kind of like looks over at like you, Beak, who's kind of like human. You're like that like Atlantean kind of look. So you've got like 2 legs, but you've got gills, right? And then he kind of looks over at Finley Rogers, the captain, who he's very obviously dead. And then his eyes turn to the professor, who's just very much a human with like a water bubble around his head that like lets him breathe underwater. And he's just like, "You are from the surface world, are you not?" And the professor's just, yes, I am indeed. I am from, well, formerly Atlantis. We have taken on a new name with the geographical changes. I am from Morelaine.
Yes, it seems we've reforged this ancient alliance between 2 nations.
Yes, that is my. The professor speaks up. That is my aim as well. We were at the height of both of our societies when we exchanged knowledge, information, and he kind of like looks at the automaton technology. I wish to reestablish those connections and help both of our societies flourish. And you are the first part of that mission. The confirmation of Theris's existence, that it still remains today, is a wonder. It had all but slipped into all our culture's mythology, and it seems us into yours. And the automaton's just kind of like sitting there taking all this in.
I'm still not fully convinced that your place of habitation still exists. I still think that one's maybe a myth.
Well, I did come from it, not but a couple of weeks hence. I live there. My study, my school, I was very close to tenure, but we must return. We must return there immediately. The world needs to know of your existence, and it could be very beneficial to my studies.
Can I insight check him?
Sure.
Did they say they had traveled like for weeks and months to get here?
Yeah, like you got the sense that like it's been a couple of weeks on like via ship that it took to get to this place. He said like this is like the largest ocean, and where you are is like quite the middle of that ocean. Mm-hmm. Danny,
I got a natural 20 for 31.
Natural 20 for 31. You see, it's the eyes that really give it away. I mean, his eyes are like wholly focused on this automaton. He's just like looking at it up and down. And earlier, I'll carry that over to earlier when he looked at Cosette's kind of crossbolt that had this like little gem inside of it back from Theris. That is like some sort of power source that it seems that they have lost. He's very much interested in that power source, in this technology, and all this kind of lost knowledge. You're not getting anything malicious. It's like it may be like academic arrogance at some point, but it seems like he genuinely wants to reforge the bonds between old Atlandis and current Theris.
Do we like what do we know about? Well, we don't know anything about the land, right?
Yeah, you guys have been following like a couple of plot threads as like young adventurers. You came across like a scroll artifact that you were able to see had like the symbol of Atlantis on it, and it led you to this field of ships as you were on your way to escape the city of Theris. Going beyond the bounds of Theris is kind of a little taboo, especially to where you were going, this like ship graveyard. And you guys were actually being pursued on your way out of the city for kind of shirking your handlers and your government. But Leonard, one of Beak's coworkers in the guard, was chasing you, and both of all your kind of ships went down in this area. But yeah, you think you're probably a good like half a day away from the city of Theris itself right now. But as far as like what you know about the land, it's like all in myth. Like it was a great civilization. The flood came and it swallowed everything.
Is this like? Is this something that would conceivably be beneficial towards us, or would this harm all of us down below?
This is completely new to you. I don't think you would know.
I just looked at everyone. I don't know if that's something that we want. We just learned that you all exist, and that's weird.
You don't want to explore?
I don't know if I want them to know about us.
We've been lied to our whole lives.
I know we've been lied to.
They definitely kept it from us.
I'm down to go there. I definitely don't want to bring them back.
I don't want them to come here at all.
I think that's wise.
Maybe this is just a pretty rock I found one day. All these little rocks that we're powering things with.
And yeah, and you guys are very familiar with like the blue crystals that you guys use. They power everything in Theris. They are primordial in nature. Like they came from the plane of water. You believe like when the rift sundered open, like a bunch of stuff came out, and a lot of that what was deposited around when all the water kind of flooded was all these like blue crystals. And you guys like mine for them, you refine them, and they power all your technology. The cool science and magic behind it is that they store kinetic energy. So every time like water like hits it and rubs up against it, and like it stores that friction energy every time water hits it, and that can be harnessed as other forms of energy. But it seems that it also powers this automaton, or this automaton who exists quite, not super far before the rift, but at least existed at a time before the rift, where they also had these kind of gems. So you think that there was also a time when they were able to go across the water plane when they were maintaining it before it was like a big ruptured tear. They could like actually cross and go and retrieve some of these crystals to use as part of their technology. Mm-hmm. But now there's just like a super abundance of it. But you're right. I'm terribly sorry. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. We must be tactful about this. We should release information strategically. We should introduce you slowly. I would be more than happy
if we want to be introduced.
If you would like to be introduced at all. But I am more than happy to show you around Moralane myself, Old Atlandis, and give you a personal tour. And you can fully be disguised if you would like. I do know some forms of magic. You see, he did like cast like comprehend languages on and stuff on you guys last time. So if you'd like a look at the surface world for yourselves, I think it would be a good start.
I would love to.
No introductions, no showy business. We're just going out there to look.
No, I wouldn't dream of it. Your existence. This is. He just kind of like stops himself before he gets too flustered. I will handle this with utmost care and discretion.
I mean, we could be friendly, Ondine. We could say hi to the locals.
No one's to know that we exist down here.
Just rub a few finger webbings.
But again, can you give us legs?
Who knows?
I have legs.
What if when we get up there, our fins turn to legs? And we just have to be sure that we don't touch any water while we're on land, because then our fins will grow back.
That's how it goes in all the fairy tales.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's much knowledge that has been lost, but it is true that in times past, the Therians did once walk on the surface with us, and humans and mortals walked vice versa, and swam and breathed vice versa in the underwater city of Theris.
But was it one of those, like, they use magic and they didn't tell anyone, because, like, you're using magic to breathe down here?
That's why history is so exciting. We don't know.
I like this guy.
I'm excited to go flop around.
Fish out of water.
I'm just hesitant about bringing them down here. That's all.
Well, yeah, we're not going to do that.
I'm hesitant about anyone. Apparently, we're legends and myths. I'm just hesitant. I don't want strangers coming down here.
A couple of weeks before we will make landfall in Atlantia, in Moralane. So you have a couple of weeks to prepare, but you are, and he kind of like turns to the captain, and the captain's like, "Yeah, sure, fine." The captain would be more than happy, and the dogs, the crew, would be more than happy to facilitate and make room for you.
I'm just gonna like turn to Ondine and like hold her hands and be like, "They still don't know where we're from. We're in this weird, creepy shipwreck alley. I think it'd be fun to go check it out up there."
Oh, it's going to be a blast. I just don't want them to know about us.
Well, as long as we don't say anything about us, they won't know.
What if they don't even understand what we're saying?
Great.
Okay.
We can have code words for things.
Oh, I love a code word.
We can have fake names.
Oh my god. Ooh, okay, I love a fake name and a code word.
What's your fake name? What's your land name? What's like a weird, gross, dry land name?
Susan.
Susan. Ooh, I'll be Karen.
Okay.
Ooh.
What about you guys?
Do you want land names?
Beak is already playing cards with the crew, with Willie also, and he's like, "You guys gotta hang out with these dogs, they're great."
You see there's like a little eyeball that is like rolling on the table next to you, Beak, as you're playing, and it kind of like looks up at your cards. And you see like the guy
nice
the guy you're
bud.
playing as an eye patch. Don't know what you're talking about. I always play fair and square.
I'm the one that lives underwater, but you're pretty slippery, friend.
Just like as you like, do you grab the eyeball, or do you just like kind of like let it stay there on the?
I just kind of flick it back. I try to like paper football it into the eye socket.
He goes, ooh, and he like pulls up his eye, and it's just like a vacuous hole and like more just like skeleton. Make a dexterity check, or strength if you're gonna.
Ooh, no, I think I gotta go for dexterity. I'm not trying to break the eye.
Yeah.
That's a 15, baby.
15. It goes. Oh, I did it! But when you do it, it's not in the correct way. Like the retina, like the kind of nerve is out this way. So he's just like, yeah, and there's just like a dangling because the eye is like in there backwards. But he goes like, oh wait, 1 second, and like it pops back in, and he like hits the back of his head, and it rights itself.
I just high fin Willy, my orca.
They're like, whoa, that's a new game. Could you teach us?
Sure, yes, come here. Everyone line up.
Yeah, so over the next 2 weeks here, you guys will be on this underwater voyage on this pirate ship. And you guys can like interact with the crew and all that, but we'll do like a little fast forward, and if there's any like narrative touch points you guys want to touch on this 2-week journey, and we'll hit a couple. You guys can like fully have your rest, prepare whatever spells you need for going to the surface. You all have leveled up to level 14 after this conflict. So make any preparations that you'd like. I'll say each of you can ask a question just to kind of speed things along and give you like some narrative info. You can all ask a question of the professor, of the automaton, who you see. There's like an etching on the back of his neck, like there's like a designation, and it says Nauts, Nauts.
Is there like what is it? The maidenhead of the ship? What's that called? The bust in the front of the ship?
Yeah, the masthead, I think.
Yeah, the masthead.
Is that what it is?
What is that? What does it look like?
If you would care to describe it to me, you're more than welcome to.
I mean, I want it to be a mermaid, so that way I can like go around and be like, wow, it's so familiar.
Yeah, this is a ghost pirate ship. It's absolutely just like a big mermaid.
Yeah. She just like kind of lounge by it, you know?
Like just drape herself.
Yeah, like they've like put it on their ship. They must revere this in some sort
yes,
of way.
it is. She's just kind of like out, and like her hands are back, and she's like in like a very like swimming kind of pose.
Yeah, and I'll just like be like
long tail.
Anytime a Doug walks by, I'm like, oh, were you? Oh, do I look like that? Oh, I didn't notice.
You see, like after like the 4th Doug walks by, one goes, "Hey, you look like a."
Me? Oh my gosh. You.
Yeah, that's Sherry.
Oh, Sherry. I can work
She
for that.
takes good care of us.
Yeah, I mean, she looks very competent.
And she just...
Stoic. Steadfast.
Yeah, and this pirate ship has like all kinds of like... There are like broken bits of wood and stuff, so you kind of have to like watch your step. It's hard to repair a ghost pirate ship, but water fully like suffuses this entire ship, but you see like all of the crew members, they're not swimming, they're like just like walking along the deck as if like gravity and stuff and flotation were normal down here. So all the ghosts on the ship walk normally, and then you guys can all like swim normally.
I'd like to spread a little bit of misinformation about where we come from. And I want to see if basically if anyone says any of the information that I gave out, I'm looking for a leak of information to know if I can trust these people, and who, if a leak was to come out, who that person is. You know, I want to find the most trustworthy people and who isn't trustworthy. What's the hot goss on the hot goss?
Sure. Yeah, give me just a general deception check then.
I'm gonna guide myself. 28.
28. Yeah. What seeds of disinformation are you sowing?
I don't know. Buffalo live underwater. Our rocks are water buffalo. Our rocks are made of seaweed. We all turn. What's something believable? We don't eat fish. I don't know. Just weird things that are almost correct, but they're off.
Yeah. I think a big thing that you're not going to, if this is your approach, you're probably not going to want them to know is that you were not very far away from the city of Theris.
Correct.
So like there might be some questions that they would be asking about you, and I'll carry that deception check over. But what are you telling them about? Like, because he is asking, like, well, where is it? Like, you couldn't have been far from it.
I just make up a unit of measurement. It is 680 ghost ships to the dinghy or whatever. You know what I mean? Something really stupid and abstract. But every single thing that I have told him, I have told the other three. So all of us know what the lies are and what to keep an eye out for, what to keep an ear out for.
Yeah, and he's writing all this down. He's writing all this down in his book. Yeah, the measurement system is incredibly different. It must have changed. Ghost ships are quite recent addition, I'm sure.
We also use our hands to measure. I don't know. It's probably like 1 billion and 3 hands away.
It's more precise. So.
And I'll say another thing that you guys did before you left is you salvaged not like your ship, like that kind of manta ray ship that you escaped from Theris in, but like the stone gem core that is in there. It kind of went down into a rift and started to get attacked by monsters, but you guys were able to find it and uncover the kind of basketball sized blue crystal that powers its engine. So you guys have that with you as well.
We're keeping that hidden.
Yep. And there's a piece of it, a piece somewhere else that can power your crossbow, Cosette, because you took it out and gave it to this automaton, who is his original designation is Knots, like nautical miles. His nickname that he's given is Knots, but he goes by J Poyo now, as you have all given him a new designation.
So has anyone spread any of that information? Have we heard any of that being spread around?
Yeah, I think like the Dougs were probably just like the rocks are made of seaweed. That can't be true, nitwit. Like just like a lot of that. Like they talk about your measurement system and how it doesn't make any sense, but nothing on the ocean measurement system does. So
okay,
they don't. Yeah, nobody bats an eye at it. Like the professor himself is just like writing everything down you're saying without like being like, are you sure about that? He's just writing everything you're saying as like firsthand information.
Okay.
But yeah, you're not getting like leaks of like other things. Like you get the sense that the professor over these 2 weeks, he kind of stays in his own quarters, kind of going through research and writing things, occasionally pulling some of you over to like have a glass of rum and drink. On the ghost ship, the rum sits in the chalices and you're able to drink it like normal. It's kind of got like a thick, heavy consistency, little goopy, but it's really good.
Do mermaids drink?
You would for the first time if you haven't yet.
Okay.
If you try a drink of rum, this would be your first sip.
Well,
because fish don't drink water, right?
You can't distill.
I imagine there's like, so you guys logistically have like fire, like not fire, but like you have like the undersea vents where you're able to like smith metals and things like that in kind of like sealed chambers. So you guys are like a fully like developed underwater civilization with like metal craft, but most things are constructed out of like, rocks and coral and whatnot. But yeah, the professor just very interested in all of you and kind of will pull you around to ask you questions about like who you are, your magic, your abilities as adventurers and things like that. And you can tell him however little or not as you want, but.
Can I ask him if there's any tales or legends of this rift opening on his end?
The rift was the Therans are the caretakers of the rift, and we thought your city destroyed when it erupted. That seems to be not the case, but I am trying to hold true to our agreement here and not ask too many questions at once and overwhelm you, but I am quite curious about what the aftermath of the rift opening for you was. For us, our civilization, our city-state was swallowed, but the innermost peak of our highest mountain, we were able to salvage much of the civilization there. We had been able to get warnings, and most of the people had clambered to the top of this mountain, and it is now our solitary island nation. It's Morelaine from the ancient word for lonely island.
Oh yes, never mind. I'm not making that joke.
Yeah, I just. I'm on a boat.
So could you still travel between the rifts, or it was cut off completely then?
We thought your city lost. The others went to look, but we were there seemed to be some sort of storm system in the area, and ships, whoever went looking for it, had been lost, and people just stopped looking after a couple of 100 years or so. I am not one to give up as easily. I have spent my life researching Theris and hoping that our two civilizations might, if yours still existed, which I'm glad to see that it does, we could reforge those bonds. Marisha, Beak, any questions?
I mean, I have questions for J. Poyo.
Yeah, the automaton. He's kind of like the captain has like asked him to like just do stuff around the ship, and he's like happy to help out. He's very amicable, very much like acts like a person, but like glitches kind of every now and then. But for all intents and purposes, like a kind of like humanoid, kind of warforged person.
Yeah, I don't know how like deep you actually have to get into it, but I think I would be very interested in like Theris of the past and just see how it's different now.
Yeah, and he goes in and tell you like some of his memory is corrupted, so he doesn't have everything. But he says that the automatons of Theris and Atlandis were created as these like navigators that would help establish like an entire trade network all across Telemere. And these people would be the navigators, and there would be one on each ship helping to navigate the seas safely and quickly to like establish like this network of trade of knowledge and resources and goods and all these things.
Do you still remember how to get to Old Atlandis? Do you know where you are now? Could you triangulate where Atlandis is right now? Because I don't know. Ondine doesn't trust these people, and I'm maybe a little bit too trusting, so if we need to ditch them and find Atlandis on our own, perhaps you could guide us?
And you're talking to him alone here, probably like off to the side. Yeah, he goes, well, I parts of my memory are corrupted, but I could see. And you see like he like goes and like pushes in like the A, and as it clicks in, there's like this like light up that like the A itself lights up, and it projects like a little image forth, and there's like this like blue globe that sits in front of you, like the same color as those crystals, and like this little minor illusion pops up, and you see where your ship is now is like a little dot, and then you see like the symbol of Atlandis is like far off in the sea, like on land, and this like the map that he has, it looks like a terrestrial planet, like with land and sea and all these different things. No color, it's all just kind of this blue projection, but it looks like your dot is headed towards that old Atlantean where it once was.
Wow, you're a really nice guy, J. Poyo. Almost like a patron to what I want to learn about.
Yes, I try to be helpful. That is my designation. I, however, cannot shake the feeling that all is not what it seems. I should have been able to stop the tear, and I failed. I could not navigate us there in time.
That's tough. You know, I don't know anything about failure. I reached my dreams, and I decided I wanted more, and I continue to get it every day. So I don't know what that's like, but I can almost imagine what it'd be like.
Kind of like turns to you. What's it like to dream?
Oh shit! I'm not touching that one. I'm sorry. I don't get that deep. I'm so sorry.
I shall rephrase then. What is your dream?
I mean, to explore, and I feel like you're kind of getting me there.
That is my designation, to get people there.
Damn. Yeah, Beak just, like, puts a hand on his shoulder.
Yeah, it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
Also not tarnished whatsoever. Like, there's no rust anywhere. There's no, like, crustaceans growing on his body. There were just, like, some tattered sails and seaweed that you had to get off. But for the most part, like, a gleaming, shining automaton stands before you.
I will protect you with my life.
I shall endeavor to do the same, Mr. Beakus.
I think I just sit there for a while with him.
Yeah.
Map and, like, hanging out.
Yeah, you saw, like, he, like, just, like, fully just, like, had a broom, and he's just, like, kind of, like, brushing nothing. There's, like, some, like, little crabs on the ship that he's just kind of, like, pushing along. And he plays, like, a whistling tune, like a pre-saved track.
What's the pre-saved track?
It's Hot to Go by Chapel Roan. Any other questions on our journey here, or shall we hasten along? Marisha?
I would probably try to ask him what the surface world is even like. Like, I don't understand the concept of dry sand, or, you know, like, what is the plant life like? Like, can't remember the last time I've seen an animal without, you know, a fin or a tentacle. Like, what are we expecting here?
But the life on the surface is many and varied. There are cows and horses. These four-legged beasts that roam. A horse. And he kind of just like and he kind of like flips through like a bunch of pages, and he kind of like shows you a horse, and it looks kind of like a seahorse. It's like, oh, did they take that name from our seahorse and they just called that a horse? But it looks like
I think the head here looks much more like this is the original for sure.
It especially looks like a hippocampus, which is like a creature that you know to live under the water. It's like very much like a horse body, fish tail, and like this horse itself has very equine features. There are trees. There are the plant life is many and varied. The ship that we stand on now, it is made from the finest woods. We take down trees and we refine them. We build them into monumental craft, and we are able to explore because of nature's bounty. Have you ever had an orange?
That's a color.
Yeah, we have orange coral, and like sometimes if you squeeze it just right, you know, so a little jelly comes out. There's
a dog that walks by. If you squeeze anything hard enough, a little jelly comes out.
Dog.
Oh my god.
Because I'll be right back. And he kind of like runs over to his quarters real quick and comes back a couple minutes later, and he's got this like orange like ball in his hand. You should try this. It is quite good.
I'll take it from him and just take a bite.
Like you fully bite it. It's like, oh, sorry. Well, you do want to take off, and he kind of like peels the orange for you a little bit. Try it now. You haven't brushed your teeth recently, have you?
No.
Okay, because it's quite gross afterwards. But he gives you the orange.
Okay, I'll try it. With the peel off and everything. Put it in my mouth and kind of like smile with it, so you see the.
Yes, comical. Like, you're catching on. It's delicious. It's sweet. It's tangy.
Very tart.
You feel good. I was afraid of scurvy out at sea, so I brought plenty. If you would like more, please let me know.
How are these thriving down here? Do you have them in an air bubble?
Oh yes, most of my belongings have abjurative magics on them that keep water off of them. This was just retrieved from one of those chests.
Very cool. Huh.
Shauna is truly living in fantasy right now, eating an orange.
Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah, she's like,
so I could do
like, what does this
D&D?
actually taste like?
Yeah, it's real good. It tastes like an orange, like you know an orange to taste.
Yep.
But yeah, he'll spend hours telling you about, so you can know about like coastal like flora and fauna. He'll tell you a lot about those. He'll show you pictures of different things. But it's kind of like you can't really transform it into anything until like you've seen it in action, see the way it moves and lives. But he gives you like things to look out for.
Okay. So look for anything with legs, or what a wing? What is a what?
Oh, that is how they achieve flight. They can sort of swim through the air.
Okay, so it's like flippers then. Okay, yes. I think I get it.
Yeah,
but flipping your fins on the surface, you won't get too far. Legs are required for jumping and dancing.
Jumping.
Danny's looking at me. He's gonna fucking kill me.
I would never kill you. I would just look at you judgingly.
Yes,
I'm waiting to shoehorn those in. Yeah.
But speaking of things in chests, the captain will invite you all to his quarters on the last couple of days of this journey, and he'll say, "Well, we have picked up a number of items along our travels. We are the scourge of these seas, Captain Finley Rogers and his crew of dogs. But we encounter a lot of items that we are not able to use for ourselves, and seeing as we are cursed to never approach the land, we are unable to sell them. So if you see anything of your liking that you would like to use on your journey, provided that you seek an end to our curse, and you take down the sea witch that cursed us, then any of these items are welcome to be yours."
What's her name? The sea witch.
That is all I know her as, the sea witch.
Do we know of any sea witches?
Yeah. Can I have, like, in these 2 weeks, like, kind of said a prayer to my sea witch to see if it's her?
Sure, and I will say there was a check made during the combat of last game where when you did your channel divinity and you restored a spell slot, Marisha as a whale saw some of like that green ghostly fire get like pulled away from the ship and go towards you, and as it like turned from ghostly green, it became like that. You described it as like a sickly kind of green, like an underwater. And when it became your, like, so like its color shifted and it became your magic and it went into you. So Marisha told you that she saw that.
Yes. It's super your witch.
Oh. Then in that case, I'm just gonna look at the captain and I'm like, well, you know what they say, thoughts and prayers. And I'm just gonna pick something up.
Thoughts and prayers. What is the item that you pick up? If you'd like to describe it.
It is a really cool shield with some runes on it. Lets me do some cool stuff. Awesome. And with some runes, I mean a rune, a very specific rune. Yeah.
And you pick it up and you're able to kind of like glean from some of it. Like you see like the runes that it has are actually like an ancient kind of Therian make. It like you can't quite tell if it came from the surface world or from Theris, but it does have some like ancient like Therian runes on it. Do you pick that up? Cosette, what do you see that catches your eye?
Can I actually ask Barbosa a question real quick?
Yeah, Captain Finley Rogers here at your service.
Oh, Rogers, sorry. This was a famous captain from our tales named Barbosa. You remind me of him.
Barbosa's a prick.
Oh, you knew him?
Knew him? Poof. Did I know him? He kind of like shows you like a wound on his chest where he was like stabbed through the heart.
Oh.
Oh my god, they were in love.
We've heard of him like up and down, but
lovers to enemies.
Tried to steal my many coats. Did you put all his coats back by any chance?
God,
or did
no,
you?
I'm still wearing them.
Still got 16 of the 30.
Oh, wow.
You had like 30 coats on. 16 of them were destroyed.
Yeah. When you were hiring people on to first go off, was it a requirement they be named Doug, or did you just find like a loose pack of Dougs that you adopted?
No, we just they kind of all came to call themselves dogs after I, just kind of forgot their names. It's been 1,000 years, you kind of lose bits and bobs here and there. They're all quite happy to be called Doug, though.
I'll unpack that one later. I'm gonna reach down and grab a nice
He goes,
picture.
Watch, look, Doug! And only one Doug turns around, and he goes, Doug! And then a different Doug will turn around. They all know their names when he calls them. And you see this ornate rapier. Yeah, if you'd like to describe it.
It's just a very fine rapier, no tarnishment. On the end, though, the little hilt decoration is a little seal with a very mischievous grin on its face.
I love that, like little flippers.
Yeah. He's like,
Yep. Really cute. Marisha, what do you see that catches your eye?
Not sure if you saw what I just sent you, but if you're okay with that.
I just sent you something too.
It wasn't me this time.
I pulled a Danny.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
Okay.
Marisha, that's good. And then see what Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's totally cool. So yeah, Marisha, what is it that you see?
As cruising around the room, I probably, my eye catches this little carved figurine of some creature I've never seen before. It's probably like made out of like tiger's eye or something like that. And I pick it up and just start kind of looking at it, and I'm like, J Powa, what is this?
And did you want to go with the first suggestion?
That's up to you. That if you're cool with that, that would be fun. But
sure.
If not, it could be anything. I don't care.
Well, this is an ancient figurine of a Triceratops.
Oh.
Yes, you could see Tricera for the 3 horns that it has on itself, and you get will give you like kind of like a 5-year-old talking about dinosaur facts with you, just like they know like how do you know that much about dinosaurs? But he'll like kind of give you like the spiel on them. It would be hard to like turn into one that you think, but he kind of like looks at this. He says, "Well, this is inscribed," and he kind of like looks at it, and his eyes flash, and they go instead of blue, they go white for a second. This is a figurine of wondrous power. This will summon a Triceratops, I believe.
Oh.
Yes,
that's really cool.
Quite intriguing. Yes, no, these are gargantuan animals that are confined to some of the islands of Telemere. But yes,
these actually walked on land.
Yes, at some point they did, as far as I know, but that was yesterday for me and 1,000 years ago for you.
I'm not that old.
I'm gonna hang on to this. This is really cool.
I can't imagine any of you are.
Willy, but with a lot more things sticking out.
Yeah, I see the resemblance.
Yeah, his dorsal fin's all messed up. It's like this big neck plate.
If his fins are going this way.
It's got weird fins, for sure.
They still walk around?
Tail's kind of elongated.
I'm unsure if they still walk around, Miss Cosette, but I do know that they did in my time. Beak, is there anything that you see that catches your eye?
You see Beak stares at the pile of just incredible treasure for a while. And he just kind of sweeps it all aside and picks up the rug underneath it. He's like, this will look great in my living room. And just rolls it up.
The captain just kind of goes, oh, well, you don't, well...
Just the rug. Just the rug is fine.
I should get a new one anyway, I guess. Please feel free to it just kind of tied the room together. So that's all right. I'll get a new one.
I mean, you said we could have anything. If you're gonna go check me out, you can have it. You can have it back. But
you're right. You
said we could have anything.
You got me on the words. Well,
thank you. This will look lovely in my dining room.
I'll just have to find a living spaces on water. It's fine. And you see it, like, it doesn't feel heavy, like saturated with water. It like woof, and as you move it, there's like a bunch of dust that comes off of it, but it's like a pristine, like very beautiful, like ornate embroidered kind of like beautiful rug.
It's beautiful.
Does the dust float in the water like glitter?
It does, like as there's like a little bit of green light that shines through it, and then it just kind of like settles back down to the ground.
It's so pretty.
I've never heard of a living spaces, but we do have a swimming spaces back in the city.
Yes.
Oh, well, we'll have to check it out if I'm ever blessed to once again step foot on Theris.
Yes, I should have gone there for my rug. Instead, I went to Isika.
I'm gonna fight all of you.
Yep. Well, it seems you've cleaned me out of house and home, but I'm happy to help.
Yeah, all the magic items just fully scattered from me doing the rug thing.
Yeah. There's like fully like a deck of many things that is just like under the bed now. Well, so you all like have gotten these items. You take some time with them. You're able to tune to them. You wake up the next morning, and the captain tells you that we are nearing Moralaine. Unfortunately, this is as far as I will be able to take you. But if you like to come up, we should be surfacing momentarily. You should be able to see land.
We've never been on the surface, correct?
I don't think you've ever broken. Yeah, it's kind of like another taboo. Like you just don't. Like nobody travels super far beyond. No one travels more than like a half a day's journey beyond Theris. Like it has everything you've needed for the last 1,000 years. Your technology, everything you need. Nobody's like swum straight up to the top for You're like you'll hear tells like, oh, Connor like went up to the surface and he touched the butt or whatever. But they're very few and far between, and like usually folks aren't seen again if they are like caught breaking like cultural taboos like that. So yeah, this would be the first time that we're breaching the surface, and you're just feeling like the ship is like kind of like at like this angle right now, and it is just like rushing up through the depths of this ocean.
I'm holding on to Cosette's hands, or at least one of them, and then as we're breaking, I'm gonna just take a real quick breath of water.
Okay. Are you guys all standing up top, or are you below when this happens?
Oh, I want to be up top.
Up top.
Yeah, so everyone's up top, and for the first time, there's like sound has always been kind of like weird and like it's muffled. It travels really well through water, but everything is just kind of like close. You kind of like break through, and you break this plane of air all at once, and and then as this ship like rockets out of the surface and smacks back down, you feel like the weight of like gravity on you for the first time. Everyone just go ahead and give me like a Constitution saving throw to see how well your sea legs can adapt to this, or lack thereof. Just a quick con save from everybody.
Ooh.
Yeah, 21.
That's 22.
23.
21, 22, 23.
15.
Shauna?
15 is the DC here to not just absolutely crumble.
Could have been 24.
But when when you are up at the surface, you are all able, like those of you who have legs are able to stand. And with mermaid tails, you find yourselves like flopping down to the ground, but like not because you fell, just because like your tail isn't supporting like the structure of your body to stand. But as you kind of sit there and the water kind of like falls away from you, you see your tails like shimmer away, and in their place are 2 legs. 5 toes on each.
Like the fairy tales.
I just Oh god, I'm ugly. Oh god.
As you barf, you get rid of all of like the water that is in your system. And you're like, and as you go to like take a breath, you find that you are able to breathe above water.
Oh god.
It's so dry.
I do a gill check. I do a webbed feet check.
Mm-hmm.
What's the situation there?
You still have gills, and your feet are still webbed, but you are able to like stand on the surface. Like,
thank goodness, I still look good. You guys look weird.
Stop!
Why don't you have any webbing between your toes? It's disgusting. Just those
toes,
empty
and
spaces.
I'm gonna look down and wiggle my toes, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah, you full on piggy market.
No, stop, Carter. Not the piggy market.
You got little sausages on your feet.
Oh. Ooh, why do yours look like Vienna sausages?
Can you imagine?
Who's Vienna?
You mean Sienna sausages?
Yeah, it's Sienna.
Hey.
Yes.
Coming up on land for the first time, being like, I wonder if I'll have cute feet, and you just got like horrendous, nasty feet.
You have literally never clipped your toenails. Get on that.
They kept growing.
They've been growing this entire time. They're just like all curled, like some aesthetic monk.
I'm gonna take my rapier, start sawing them off.
Oh yeah, you're a freak.
No.
I have beautiful, perfectly manicured nails. Like it's giving.
That means that your fins had nails, and I don't want to think about that.
No, my fins were beautiful.
Yeah, what does keratin manifest in fish as?
It's magic, you guys. It's magic.
But you guys all are now standing. You guys are able to like kind of like those of you who just have grown legs for the first time are able to like stand and like feel the weight of like literally the world on you as you experience like non-buoyant gravity for the first time. Marisha, you hear like these like chirping sounds up in the air. And you look up and you see like a white thing just like soaring over the ship, and then another, and then another, and then they're just kind of like circling around. One of them goes and dives in beneath the water, and then comes back up a couple seconds later with like a fish in its mouth.
Hey, put that back!
Sky Barracuda!
How dare you!
And it like takes off with the fish.
I'm gonna throw a javelin at one.
You're
killing my friend!
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an attack roll.
Oh, geez, that's a natural 3.
Natural 3.
So that's a 13 to hit. Actually, might hit a single.
13
I don't want to. I don't actually want to.
Okay.
Let's just say I roll lower.
You see, like you are about to hit it, and then it kind of like looks and it goes, and it like kind of like dives out of the side. But in the shock, it like its beak opens and the fish plops back down into the ocean.
That's right.
Oh, horrible! What is that thing?
It's an barracuda. It's a barracuda in the air.
I think it's kind of cute.
It's a caca.
Mine. As like you hear others kind of like going around, and you do see like some of them are just like dipping into the water, picking up a fish, and then going. Some of them have like these like really large like throats, almost like their bottom jaw is just a bucket, and it just like holds several fish. And you see like one like skims the water and picks up a bunch of small fish and flies away. So you're seeing all kinds of aerial kind of life here, and then as you're looking up, you all kind of like turn to see what the Dougs and other folks are looking at, and you see your first piece of land. You see this large kind of like island with this like spire-like mountain that erupts out of the center. And all around it, it's hard to see from this distance. You are quite far out, but there does seem to be signs of like civilization on the outside of this. And it is morning here, so like the sun is like has like just risen, and you are able to see this island nation in front of you. Quite far out, like it'll take probably a dinghy or something to get there, but
it's gorgeous.
It's weird.
It's weird.
No other land. No other land.
Totally weird.
No.
Why does it look like that?
It looks sharp.
It...
And you're all just stuck down here. No one can swim away? Like, go up?
As you say that, you do see there are like dots in the sky over the island, and it looks like they're like moving through the air. Like dots. You're very far away. You don't know what it is, but there are something large is moving through the air, and there seems to be a couple of them.
I'm gonna point to the birds. Why can they swim in the air but we can't?
And you see the professor is just like, well, and he goes like flipping through his kind of like bestiary section of his book again. Well, you would need hollow bones and feathers. Well, of course, to account for the wind pressure, and you are biologically advantaged to remain below water. These are similarly adapted for the air.
Also, why is Willie so upset?
You see, like Willie's just kind of on the surface, looking up at you.
I'm leaning on Willie. Why is he so upset? He hates this, and I don't get it. It's not that bad.
Why isn't he turning?
Willie, where are your toes?
Did you want me to polymorph Willie?
Oh, wait, no, make it a bucket mouth.
Ooh, what are the buckets? Okay.
Yes, make him a bucket, a flying bucket.
Can I do that?
You see a pelican. Yeah, you saw a pelican.
Okay. Don't worry, Willie.
You turn Willie into a pelican, and he's just like in the water, and he's just kind of like, and like the wings just start like flapping, like splashing water everywhere, and he fully like turns upside down, and is just like, like splashing underwater. His head is fully submerged underwater. He doesn't know how to like move his body underwater, and he can't breathe underwater now.
He never could. Which
That's true. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I don't want to think about the implications.
You summoned Ann Orca. Like they can go to the surface and they can breach and all that.
Well, this was summon greater steed, so is this like a massive bucket mouth?
Do you sit inside the bucket mouth?
When you polymorph it does become the size of a pelican. But it is just kind of like flapping around. You see like a Doug throws like a little life raft or like a little net down there, and it picks him up out of the water and like drops him on the poop deck.
I try to climb onto Willie's back and I say, "All right, just like we've done 1,000 times, take me to the sky."
You see like Willie kind of like turns over to you with his bird eye and gives you like another.
Are you too small? Why is air so heavy? It feels heavy and light all at the same time.
You're just like on top of him, but he's still like.
You're going nowhere, Willie. Stop it. You're making us both look foolish.
And the second you step away from him, he does like and he does like start to fly.
Yes!
He can swim.
Wow. Why can't
and he just like starts to circle, and then he like dives, and then like opens his wings at the last second and catches a draft, and then soars above. But yeah, he'll continue to kind of go around the ship for as long as polymorph is on.
Yeah, well, he's like that for an hour.
And he kind of like perches up on the top mast.
I'm just picturing a whale plopping on like the island after the hour.
59 minutes later.
It's very, very Hitchhiker's Guide.
But the captain says, "Well, this is as far as I can take you. My curse, our curse, prevents me from going any further inland. But you are more than welcome to take the dinghy here." And he like points off to the side of the ship, and there is like a small like little rowboat. Well, it was nice knowing you. Get off me ship.
Oh,
thank you.
So like we're never gonna
break
see you
your
again?
curse someday.
And he's like wearing like his like morning coat, his like very frilly kind of like morning coat that he has. Well, if you bring me the Sea Head's Witch, I do hope I'd see you again.
The what?
The Sea Witch's head. I don't know what I said. I'm sure. I was like, I don't think
The
those words
Sea
came
Head's
out
Witch.
correctly. The Sea Head's Witch. That's a bar. That's in Moorlane.
Ooh. Yes, we'll
The
go to the
Sea
Sea
Head's
Head's Witch.
Yep.
That's easier than the other one.
Well, if you go there, then bring me some rum. But
Well, that thing looks silly, so I'm just gonna join Willy. And you see Beakus just start flying towards Willy.
Does Beak fly?
With the rug, he does.
Oh, do you throw out the rug for the first time?
I don't know. Well, I guess that's up to you. As it's rolled up and like kind of strapped to my back, do I still get? Does it still like go?
It fully doesn't. It fully needs to like be out to work.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to like be on it, and it's got like a carrying capacity and all that.
You know what? I'm gonna do some yoga before we go on land, cause and I stretch it out and I start doing yoga. And as I'm doing downward dog, you see I just start flying up towards Willy.
Yep. Just like whoa, it's downward dog.
It's really
and yeah, you are able
to yoga.
And then like Willy looks over at you, and bird eyes go wide.
Whoa!
Or mine, I guess would be.
Pretty easy to fly anywhere, I guess. Or swim anywhere, even in the air.
You
Come
get
on,
hit.
Join me up in the air!
You get hit in the face with another bird as it goes by.
Son of a...
We can't.
Dangerous
I
up
have
here.
toes.
So do I. I've always had toes. Just join me up here.
I'm gonna try to swim up. I'm gonna like body roll.
To no avail.
I float back down to Ondine and I reach a hand out and I say, "Do you trust me?"
Yes. I'm gonna take your hand.
And I pull him up and we start. And I say,
I can show you the world.
I could show you the land. Thank you for trusting and grabbing my hand.
We're in a whole new world up here.
A whole new world.
Yep.
With you.
With you.
It's a cave of wonders up here.
I just wave at my sister and Marisha.
Is there any more room on that rug?
No.
It's getting pretty tight.
Sorry.
I trudge over to the dinghy.
Go on the dinghy.
I'll dinghy with you.
All right.
There's like a single sad like oar in there.
Just one?
Yeah.
Ooh,
do you want two or should I?
I could actually totally take one more person.
Rollies for it?
I mean,
so I take Willy and I put Willy on the rug.
That's it.
Who could fly, but
Yep.
He gets tired. He's never done it before.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's. I'll take first shift. You take second.
Okay. I'm just sitting there like.
Yep. And just like the bottom of your sword, you grab your oar. She's got a little seal.
Because it's the nice sealer.
And are you all bidding Captain Finley Rogers and the crew of Doug's adieu?
I wave bye-bye.
How much does... I mean, I hate to be rude, but how much does J. Poyo weigh?
Quite heavy. Quite heavy. Like a good, at least like a good 350.
Okay, I will...
Like just dense metal. Oh, we'll say.
I drop Ondine off on the dinghy. I'm like, oh yes, didn't you have something to say to your sister? And I pick up J. Poyo and bring him on the cockpit.
You see, the professor's like, I would be most interested in flying, and I. Oh, you can take the automaton. That's fine.
Yes, it's one of my good friends. One of my best friends.
As I get put in the dinghy, I'm just like...
It's a weight issue, I'm sorry. And you're so slim, but I've been eating a lot, you know. A lot of seaweed.
I look at the other... Who else is in the dinghy? It's the three of us and the professor?
Yeah, the professor's gonna get the dinghy too.
I'm just like, I am never helping him with anything ever again. How dare he?
I mean, he said it was a weight issue.
You'll get your turn.
So.
Yeah, I have issues with weight.
I mean, weigh as much as those bucket mouths and you would have been fine.
I weigh as much as a bucket mouth. I don't even know how much weight is. What does that even mean?
Probably like 5 buckets.
Okay. I just look at him and I'm like, bye, Beakus.
Yes, I can't wait to hang out with you on land. My good friend.
If I ever
Ondine.
get there. If I ever get there.
Ooh, yeah, I'll actually like pull the dinghy along.
Can I stick my lower half back in the water and just like
you could, yeah,
like a motorboat?
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like you don't use your arms to like swim and stuff. Like that's just like the natural like kind of body roll. So like the aura kind of takes its toll as you guys do kind of like set apart as you're rowing for a little bit. You slip back into the water and you become like a little motorboat at the end of this dinghy. And you speed right along towards the coast. There is like a thin layer of fog. So the professor says, "Well, our approach should be more or less, inconspicuous. But you all do still have Therian features about you." And you kind of like look down, and like your skin has like spots of like scales and like iridescent kind of like look to it. And like looking around at your friends, kind of like where that bioluminescent those traits and features are on you, they just kind of like shine a little iridescent like in the sun. But I believe I have something that could provide a minimal disguise for you all, if you all wouldn't mind a bit of magic.
I love magic.
Okay. And as he's like sitting there, he'll pull his book out, and over the next couple minutes, he'll cast seeming on you all, and you all take on more like beak features. But like if beak didn't have like all the webbing and stuff, just more like human. Like without like fins and different things like that, kind of like normal hair. Like some of you might have like point like you're a Triton, Marisha, so you still have like a pointy kind of like elven ear almost. Oh, and you're sea elves too, so yeah, you do have like you're looking more half elf or elf than anybody else. And then Beak, you just look like full like human dude. He would also give you like the disguise.
Now
also
I've got
gives
Vienna
you, like,
sausages.
Yeah,
I hate this.
bullshit. And you guys all appear human. You guys are all given like normal clothes. It's like like very like Faerunian kind of like adventurer's garb that you'd be wearing right now. You see like he's like wearing like the kind of like the revolutionary Ben Franklin get up. That's probably more like the posh kind of high end society. And you are able to get this dinghy inland, and the closer you get, the more massive this island just becomes based on the distance you were at before. The spire-like mountain rises up ahead of you. All this like greenery runs up the mountain, and then it just becomes like rock towards the top. You see there are from this far out, you can barely make it out, but there are like structures and buildings that are like built around this island, and it is quite a massive island, quite a massive site, but solitary here in the sea. But you do see on the very ends of the horizon, as the island starts to become all of your visual space, you do see like the hints of other land far off on the horizon. You're just barely catching it on the end. And the professor will point that out to you. That is the closest land that we do have to us. We are able to use our airships, and he kind of like points up, and there are these like ships like you saw in the graveyard, like you saw on Captain Finley Rogers' ship, but their sails are like pointed, instead of forward, they're pointed like up, and there's like these like wind things that kind of like keep them alight, and these airships kind of like coast through the city. It looks like some are coming in and docking, some are like leaving and going towards the land. But back from where you guys came from, it's just like all ocean for days and weeks. And eventually you feel the bottom of the ship kind of start to scrape up against a sandbar, and you are all able to step off. You kind of like get your feet wet a little bit, so they kind of like the ends like start to like become fishy, so you kind of like find yourselves like running a little wobble. Bit. Yeah, and like the sand is weird, like your feet sink into it, like you know what it feels like underwater and stuff when you would go down to the floor, but it is all dry, it is quite warm. And you make landfall on the island. What would you all like to do?
Cornelius, what is that great orb? That big yellow thing? It hurts when I stare at it.
And he's like, are you staring at it? Please don't do that. That is the sun.
It hurts me. How do I attack it?
It is quite bright. I'm sorry you are unable to. In a way, it kind of attacks you if you don't take care of your skin. You should put some salves on it. I imagine you all aren't getting a lot of sunlight down there. But please don't look at it. It could permanently impair your vision.
Oh, I see. Thank you for your wisdom.
Yes. We could find you some sunglasses, and you should be able to stare at it at your leisure.
I could drink the sun?
Oh, no, they are lenses, darkened lenses that go over your eyes so that you can operate normally.
Oh.
Some folks have sensitive eyes around the sun, so... But, yes, that is but the tip of the iceberg. I have so much to show you. And he kind of, like, starts leading you up on the land, and you're still, like, looking, like, more or less human-like. You do encounter your first couple of, like, people. You do see there are, like, two small children that are, like, running. It looks like they're playing tag on the beach. They've got, like kind of, like, swim trunks and, like, a bathing suit on. They're here, like, at, like, an early beach morning with their family. There are some, like, these, like, weird, like sticks on the ground with this like large cover over them, and then more of those like kind of like tiny flying carpets, like skinnier, laid out on the ocean. And you see people are just like laying out in the sun, and some people have like coverings over their eyes and stuff like that.
I'm gonna lay out with some people real quick and just be like, this is bizarre. I'm feeling weight upon me that's not water.
Yeah, and as you do, there's just kind of like a guy. Yeah, that's why you come here, man. The world's gonna put its weight on you, and here you can just let it go.
Oh, I find it to be the opposite.
Really? This has always been my safe space. I love the beach. Just listening to the crashing waves, the seagulls going. Hey, Timmy! Put that down! Yeah. Like I said, nice.
Can't hear you, Steph.
I'm not getting you, Steph. You might have bumped your...
Oh, shoot. So this is the most stressed I've been in my life.
Oh, maybe the beach isn't for you then. You should, and he kind of like gives you like a look. He's just like, are you guys new? He kind of like sits up. He's got like swim trunks on. It's just like a bare-chested man, like kind of short blonde hair that's tied up in a ponytail.
Yeah, we're from a city over that way.
Yeah.
Yes, Doug. We're new.
Sorry, my name's not Doug.
Oh.
Pleased to meet you all, though. You must be on a different side of the island than you normally are.
Yes.
What is your name, not Doug?
Graven.
That's...
Okay.
I'm gonna lay back down and like cover. Just put my arms up over
I'm just
my
gonna
eyes.
try someone else, and Beak leaves and just talks to just other
I'm
people.
gonna try someone else. He's just like, all right, and he kind of puts the sunglasses back on and lays back down. He's just getting a suntan on. But yeah, you're full on like the first X-Men, where like they're just kind of like walking out of the ocean, and like there's like all normal people on the beach. There's just it's just a lot of that, and you're just kind of like, I mean, this is literally a fish out of water campaign or episode. So you're all just kind of enamored with everything. But yeah, you see people out on the beach. You see people like running, very much like a not quite modern society. There's no like technology and stuff, and you think that like from like the look at everything, the highest form of technology you're seeing here is like those airships, which seem to be some sort of pinnacle of technology. But there's no like gems or like bright pulsing, of those like blue gems that that power everything. Everything else here seems to be rather mechanical or magical in nature.
Hey, corn dog. Because you're Cornelius and you're my dog. Come over here, corn dog.
Oh yes, corn dog. And you see him like jotting it down in his book. They've given me a nickname. I'm in.
Look, Look, that was the first time I felt awkward in my life. Is that a feature of the land? Is it awkward up here?
Well, I wouldn't recommend speaking with the locals. It seems our cultures are vastly different, and to speak with them is to invite suspicion, scrutiny. I assume, and he kind of like looks over to Ondine. I assume we are trying to avoid that, right?
Ondine hasn't talked to anyone.
Yeah.
It's just
she's just walking.
Yeah, he looks to you because
with his
Beakus
20 charisma has never felt awkward before. Has never had a bad conversation, and this was the first time, and so he thinks it's just a land thing.
Yeah, charisma is all about connection, and you're fully disconnected from this place.
I'm so sorry you must deal with this horrible feeling.
Well, I know some of what
I see you're feeling it right now.
Yes, I do feel quite awkward. Well, I was never...
It's the same, corn dog, and I just walk away.
Yeah, it's just like, well, at least I have a nickname.
I'm gonna help. I was just gonna help my sister up, and I'm like, let's go.
Okay, fine.
Come on.
Yeah, so you guys start to walk up the beach here. Cornelius, the professor, leads you all the way up to like the interior of the city. Like you are walking by. He just says, "Well, keep close. There. Stay off the streets." You don't know what streets are, but you do see like there are parts where there are like things being drawn by some of those horses that you saw in the book that he showed you. You're seeing like your first horse. There are a couple of them like pulling a carriage that kind of like walks by you. Like they do not stop for you to get out of the way. So they you just hear the driver shout like, "Hey, get out of the way!"
Wetman?
Wetman? The hell did you call me?
I'm sorry, just that's I wasn't expecting it to be that big. And I just like look down and like try to walk away.
But yeah, you see this city sprawling before you. This is like a full like moving civilization, living and breathing civilization that you have never encountered before. You're seeing like some things that are similar. You see the professor also, before he got off the boat, did cast another comprehend languages and a tongues on you. So you are able to speak and hear the language that you hear, and you are able to read any texts and stuff. So you're seeing like signs for shops and things like that. You do walk by one place that seems to be like pretty lively. There are kind of like people coming in and out, and there is a sign outside that says open mic.
Who's Mike?
Why is he so open?
Oh, well, this is a space for bards, for those of various craft to come and display their talents to a wide audience.
Oh, like a singer.
Singers,
a storyteller.
Yes. Singers, storytellers, musicians, comedians, even from time to time.
Marisha.
We haven't had any good comedians of late.
Marisha, it's your chance.
I thought that was your dream.
Yeah, you want to be a comedian.
Well, I wanted to... I'm deflecting. Now I feel awkward again.
Beakus.
Shit! Okay, alright, hold on. Alright, fine, I gotta come up with a set.
Well, I'll say as Beak contemplates his first foray into stand-up comedy, we'll go ahead and take our first break there, if that sounds cool. Yeah,
all right.
Take a bio break. We'll come back, and it's 8. Let's say 8:15.
Cool.
And then we'll come right back to this. Give Chris a second to come up with a 15-minute quick 5.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm
Full stand-up set in the next 15 minutes.
This.
We can always do some rolls about it, but I'll give you a little bit of time to come up with some underwater puns and whatnot.
Oh God, are you serious?
Like we can also just fully like fuck off and not do this, but there is an open mic, and I know Beakus is a man of culture and talent.
I'll do a tight
Beakus.
1.
Do a tight 1. But yeah, we'll take our first break there and see just what this party gets themselves into.
A few moments later.
So you all walk into this open mic tavern. What did we call it earlier? The Sea Heads Witch.
The Sea Heads Witch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You walk into the Sea Heads Witch with an open mic thing on the outside. There's like a minstrel kind of playing, like a bardcore version of Ain't No Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani. I ain't no holla back bard. I ain't no holla back bard.
When we walk in,
I'm
gonna look at the people sitting.
Yes, sorry.
And I was like, oh, so that's what you're supposed to do with these, and I'm gonna teach myself how to sit.
Oh yeah, you see the chair, the ancient arcane artifact that you saw on that. It's like fully in a different orientation than you ever thought it would or should be in. And you sit down. It's quite nice. It's sturdy. It's made out of like that same substance the professor called wood.
How bizarre.
Wow. I look over to Cosette and I was like, you should try this.
Okay, I mean, you did it fine, so I should be able to do it.
Yeah, anything I can do, you can do worser. You can do everything worser than me.
And then I'm gonna very gracefully sit down in a chair. Just like one smooth motion.
Yeah, quite smooth. It's rigid. Good lumbar support.
I don't know why people do this. This isn't very comfortable.
I think it's nice when you can feel the weight of the world on your whole body. And I think it's really nice to have something to support that weight.
I mean, right now I'm just sort of feeling it on my butt.
Oh. You two, come, sit.
I'll walk over. Kind of like see how everyone else is sitting. And like grab the chair before I sit down and then like... Okay.
This shit is bananas. BANANAS.
Looking at that, I suddenly gain confidence. Oh, if he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go to the sign-up sheet, and I've never used a pen, so I just speak my name into the page. Beakus.
There's like an older lady with kind of like half moon glasses, like white silver hair. She kind of like looks up at you. Did you want to sign up for the open mic, sweetheart?
Yes, I thought that's what I was doing.
Oh,
and I
well,
put my like lips up to the page and I say Beakus.
Sure. Yeah, well, just go ahead and write down your name, and then well, it looks like you got a couple more coming, but then it'll be your turn.
What
Oh,
what is this
sweet.
stick?
Do you need a pen? Here, she hands you like a little pen.
Ah! I parry this.
It looks like a weapon.
Stab.
Yeah. It fully. Oh well, that's
Nice
okay.
try.
Pre-show jitters. It happens to everybody. Here, I got you another one, and like she like gives you like another one,
Beakus!
and she hands you another pencil. Oh, well, it's fine. It's not. It's all right. Some people can't.
Why isn't it
necessarily
taking my name onto the page?
Not everybody can spell. How do you spell your name, sweetheart?
With a Beakus.
Beakus. Oh, right.
Boktopus,
Well,
obviously.
Oh, Boktopus. Well, that's a strange name. It's like someone took the word octopus and put a B in front of it.
What? My father was an octopus. How dare you?
Fully like a human Atlantean.
I was adopted. I don't.
Oh, I love that.
I look over to Karen. Oh my god, he forgot his human name. He's Beakus.
Did you even pick one?
I don't think so.
Because, like, I'm not good about land, but I'm pretty sure octopus is only in the ocean.
I think so.
in the background just screaming, Beakus! Boktopus!
Everyone has their pre-show ritual to get themselves in the right headspace. It's fine.
It's just he loves octopus. It's his favorite. It's his favorite animal. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just octopus. Beakus, come sit.
Yes, of course. I sit all the time with my normal legs.
Where's Crabclaw in this instance? Where's your big halberd?
Ooh, that's a great... I think strapped to my back.
Yeah. We just find, like, there are people, they're, like, guards, and there are, like, other folks around. You see some folks have, like, walked around with, like, swords on their back. But yours, like, fully, like, has, like, this, like, kind of Crabclaw look to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's, like, that's just interesting. I like your stick there, Beakus.
Well, of course, it's a legendary... I mean, it's a normal crab claw stuck to a stick. I look over
at
Ondine
is that like part of your bit?
Oh yes, I like water jokes. That's my thing. I'm a water-based comedian.
Very wet, very moist.
My jokes are the wettest in town.
Well, that's good, because any comedians that we've had in here have been quite dry, so I'm happy to, and she kind of like gives you like a little wink, I'm happy to have my thirst quenched.
The words you're using repulse me. And
I'm sorry, am I just a little, sorry, that must be my fault, I'm just a little hot and bothered because of you.
Yes, it's probably that great orb outside. It's made me so uncomfortable.
The sun?
Yes, I heard you can drink it.
Interesting. I like a poetic man.
Yes, this is all just part of my act and also poems. And I go and sit down.
Yes?
Why is the land so awkward? I say to Cosette.
I mean, she was hitting on you. Like, that's no different than it is back home.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
Even
sure.
We say you get hot and bothered. You know, like when you're by one of the underwater vents? You know, hot and bothered?
Yes, oh, like a hydrothermal vent.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I totally blew that one. I just don't have... I feel so dry and hot up here. It's weird. And I got this seaming on me, which gives me Vienna sausages. My confidence has never been lower.
I mean,
yeah, as you say, my confidence has never been lower. You see, like the guy kind of get up at the top of the stage there. All right, next up we got Mr. Beakus Boktopus.
Shit! Shit! Okay,
you got this, Beakus. You got this.
You got this.
There's just kind of like
anyone here?
Half-hearted applause and claps going around. Isn't that the guy that was shouting his name a couple minutes ago?
Here, hold my willy! And I put the pelican...
Fully a bird inside this tavern. Love it.
Alright. And Beakus awkwardly walks up to the stage.
Beakus.
Okay, so, just so you know, I've never told a joke before. This is gonna be my first time. But, just
everyone starts laughing. The second you say that, everyone just starts laughing.
I'm serious. Everyone, the jokes haven't started yet.
Laugh track button. Laugh track. People like it.
Alright. Shit. He pulls out a very soggy, like, notebook. Just a warning.
I told you his jokes were wet.
Just a warning, everyone. My jokes are like the ocean. They can get a bit blue. So I don't know if I don't know if you noticed, but I am a great warrior. I was sword fighting the other day with my friend Marlin. He's a swordfish. And he told me about his guitar that he named the Sea Wench. And how she was constantly getting out of tune. He couldn't tune her. And I said, "Tuna? I hardly know her."
Raucous laughter throughout the place.
Oh, this is fun. So I have This is my first time in Atlandis, and that's why I'm having a tough time trying to land these jokes. All right, that's all the time I have.
Give me a performance check.
Ooh.
Can we?
You can do it with advantage. Advantage for puns.
Ooh, okay.
Could I have guided him as he was getting up with a cute little slap on the booty?
Normally I'd say yes, but it's like a 6-second thing, and this is like a set. It's hard to guide a set because like a guidance is like
concentration for a minute.
Yeah, but you can add it to your next ability check, or not like it's not continuous, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, good thing it's with advantage. You said performance?
Yeah, performance for this.
That's a 13.
Hey, 13's not bad.
Wait,
they're
14.
14. On a 14, yeah, there is like spread laughter throughout this place. You get the sense that there's a very low bar for comedians. So yeah, you're getting a lot of like, oh shit, like this guy's actually telling some jokes.
All right. I sprint off the stage at full, like fully trained warrior at the peak of physical perfection, just sprinting off of the stage. I did it!
You see, Jay Poyo is like clapping his hands, but every time he does, there's like a clank, 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 and then the professor kind of grabs his hands. He does look like a human, like he's got that seeming spell on, so he just looks like a normal human, and he's clapping his clank, 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 and the professor grabs his wrist and says, we probably don't want to do all that. My magic's not that good, sorry. But yeah, the people are like clapping you on the back, and they're asking you questions about Crab Claw, about the halberd.
Yes.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, I found it on the... What did he call it? What did that strange man call it? The beach.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's where the hot rocks meet the comfortable water.
That is an apt way to describe a beach. All right. Yeah. Cool, man. Do you got like a card or anything? Are you going to be here? Are you going to be around?
My name is Beakus Boktopus.
Right. Yeah, we heard that. All right. So we'll just shout. We'll just give you a shout then.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's stay in touch. I think you got a shiny career ahead of you.
Wait,
kid.
hold on. Are you an agent?
I could be. You know, I'm more of one of the owners of the establishment here, but
I hand him like just like some sort of like crazy underwater gem, some sort of crazy crystal. And I'm like, here's your first 10%.
Yeah. Yeah, you fully hand him like some sort of like a aquamarine gem.
Here you go.
It's just
thank you for your services. I'll be waiting for your sending.
Yeah, of course.
For gigs.
Three cheers for Beakus, and he goes Beakus, and everyone goes Beakus. Beakus. Right. Well, I do believe we have drawn a modicum of attention towards us, and I believe we should be on our way.
Yes, we should go. Good job, Beakus.
Thanks. Hey, I have something to admit. I think I've reached kind of the height of comedy, and I kind of want to do something else now.
Yeah.
I kind of want to quit this and do something else now.
I mean,
cool.
Kind of done the best there is.
Yeah.
Wow. You did it. You achieved.
Yes. As always.
I mean...
Let's go.
That was never a question.
Really reached the peak of his career.
What's that?
And do you follow the professor out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the professor will lead you further into the city. I will remind you that your polymorph on your orca is running down. He's probably only got another like 30 minutes on it. So
we did establish he's a very small orca.
Sure, yeah.
How much does he weigh when he's an orc?
We'll say he's a young calf. He's like a younger calf, not like a baby. Let's look up how.
It's gonna be like 700 pounds still.
It's gonna be just crazy. Oh
I
my
could
god!
always recast it.
A full-grown female orca is on the lower end 6,600 pounds.
Oh my
Wow.
God. Oh no, my carpet can carry 600.
We'll say he's a cool like 2,000 pounds. He's not fully grown yet.
I'll burn all my spell slots for this bit. Don't worry.
Okay, love it. And so you've got him. He's down in he's in pelican form. You see the professor leads you up the city streets and just kind of like telling you to kind of like keep it demure, keep it mindful. And he leads you up to the like a lot of the city kind of slopes as it gets towards the middle. It goes like almost like up the mountain, and there are like kind of like escalator walkways that look like arcanely powered or mechanically powered, where they're just kind of like escalator walkways that like once you step on them, they like lead you further up the mountain. There's like some like gondolas kind of things too, but the where you're going is about halfway up the mountain. And you continue on with him, and you arrive at a place called Academia Atlandia. This is where I work. This is my university where I teach. I teach ancient history and antiquities. Sort of no one believes, and my department is near defunding because so much is being funneled into, well, everything that makes this city move. But more on that later. I'll get you to my office, and we should be able to conduct more research there.
Sure.
And he leads you up into this. What's everybody's passive perceptions?
22.
26.
Not as good.
20.
My 20s and above, you're like there's like a tingle down your spine a little bit. Like you feel like you're being followed. Like you feel like you kind of like look around and you see like a coat just kind of like flap into an alley a little too quickly. And you kind of like look behind you again, and it's like I thought I always saw that person down by the beach, and now they're all the way up in inland with us. It's just a little weird.
Can I like hide, like duck into like another alley and wait until like they pass and then follow them?
Sure. I'm gonna call this like an opposed stealth check.
Stealthception.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do an opposed stealth check, you and me. You got a 16?
Got 26.
26. Damn. So what you see is there is like a figure in a cloak that like you just like you're waiting for something to pop out, and you go and hide, and then you do like the full like you take 3 right turns. And you see a figure just kind of like standing outside of an alley like this with his like face towards the street. And as he looks, he like steps out of the alley and then goes to like follow the rest of your group. But there's just like a figure, 2 legs, kind of like dark black cloak, hood up over the face.
Mm-hmm. I would have nodded at Ondine first and been like, hold on, and like ducked away. And I'm going to keep following him now.
Okay, yeah, you're on his tail. No roll needed. You continue to follow behind him, and it is very evident that this person is following your crew. The building of the Academia Atlandia is like beautiful, like white marbles. There's elements of mother of pearl in these columns. A lot of like seashell kind of architecture at work here. It's very like Greek academy. Where there's like large kind of outdoor colonnades, and it looks like this is like a mostly kind of outdoor kind of like a place of learning. And the professor leads you up into like one of like the middle halls of this place. So you're more or less most of these buildings are like open to the sky. So you find yourselves being led further into this complex. And as you see, they go all the way into the complex. There is the figure just kind of like waits and stays outside, and then just like goes over to like a merchant that's outside and like looks like he's trying to be nonchalant. But you see your friends and the automaton follow the professor inside.
I'm gonna like go up to the same merchant, like if he's selling something normal.
Yeah. He's got like necklaces and beads and stuff, different like little pieces of art and jewelry that they're selling. And there's like that figure looks like he just like goes and like buys like a pearl necklace or whatever, and then he begins to walk away.
Okay.
But do you like, are you trying to get up right next to him before he does that?
I was going to, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So as you do, you see like this figure like reaches out and pays with like a sack of gold. Mm-hmm. And like the sack itself is kind of like wet. It's kind of like dripping. Mm-hmm. But there is like a tinge of like a bluish kind of skin to this individual, like just like an undertone of blue.
I'm just gonna walk up,
mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna be like, "Oh my god, I never know what to buy at places like this. Have you shopped here before? What's the best thing? I'm trying to get a gift for my friend. You know, we've been traveling around lately. Never been here before. Incredible place. I mean, gosh, look at these columns," and just like yabbering.
Yeah, like, give me deception with advantage because you got your disguise.
Okay. That's a 15 or a 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I'll roll insight. Okay. The figure just kind of like you don't see the face, but like you just kind of turn, you see like the bridge of a nose. He just kind of goes, just kind of grunts, and then gives his gold, takes the necklace, and starts to walk off.
Just gonna turn to the merchant. So rude. Wow.
Yes, well, they pay in good money, and they kind of like open up the bag, and then like you see the merchant's eyes just kind of go wide.
Well, is he like a regular?
You put it up, and nope, never seen him before in my life. But like
really?
they put the sopping.
Memorable.
Well, can I get you anything?
Can I roll insight on him?
Yeah, no insight check needed. He just got paid very handsomely for like a piece of jewelry.
Okay.
Like the shop owner is kind of like, whoa, but like isn't going to ask any questions and doesn't want to answer any questions about it because it's like he just got a bag full of money.
Okay, but it's not like he kind of knows them before and.
No, it seems like they never have interacted before, and the person just gave them like way too much money for a simple piece of jewelry, and it like the bag is like dripping with like with water.
Did he walk sort of off where everyone else went inside?
He just kind of like walks off and starts to like meander down around, and it looks like he's just kind of like walking off in a certain direction, but like away from the academy.
Okay. Then I'll just.
But was very much following your party.
Yeah. Okay. Then at that point, I'll wander away and I'll just be like, "Oh my god, the people here, so rude! Can't believe it!" And then like go find where everyone went and slip into there, making sure that he's not following me as well.
Yeah. And so we'll cut back to the group as they are walking with the professor and the automaton. You see that the professor leads you into like the part of this university, this academy that butts up against the mountain itself. And then there looks to be parts of this mountain that have like been carved into to facilitate like the facility of this university. And there are more like I mean, you guys have schools and stuff, so like you get the sense that this is like some sort of school. Probably one of the most prestigious and like definitely the largest that's on this place. It's like a shining white beacon near like the middle of this mountain. And you see the professor goes over and he takes like a small little stone out of his pocket, and there's like a doorway that like it looks carved out, but there's no like handle or anything. It just looks like there's like a rectangle set into the stone of the mountain face here, and he like waves the stone over the door face, and there's just like this like burnt bone noise that comes from the stone. Sorry, and he like waves in front of it, burnt bone, and it's like nothing's happening.
Is this a door that I'd be able to lockpick?
It doesn't look like it has a set of like a door, like a keyhole or a doorknob, anything that you can see. It just looks like a metal, like a rock rectangle slab in the shape of a door that he's like waving this like white stone over, like where a doorknob or where a key handle would be.
Yeah.
And like the stone itself is just like burnt, like giving like this kind of like error noise. Well, I could have sworn I should have. I'm sure they wouldn't have taken. It waves in front. Bum.
How long has it been since you've been here? As I'm taking a look around to make sure we're not being followed by someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the 26, you're not seeing you're followed by anybody else. There is like a look. What's your passive insight?
21.
21. On a passive insight, there are a couple of curious glances over at the professor. But then like people just kind of move along with their day.
Could I do like a combination of, as an Arcana cleric, a combination of detect magic and thieves tools to see if I can get this door to open?
Sure. Are you gonna go next to the professor and try to do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask. Like, can I try to get the door open, Professor?
Give me a quick Arcana check, as you give it like a once over without having asked him anything yet.
21 Arcana.
21. Yeah. So magic, even though like you might not understand this culture, magic is still like a universal language, and you can like feel the abjurative nature coming from this door. Like there is definitely some sort of like lock mechanism on it.
Yeah. Could I try to figure out how to not have it, how to make it work for me?
He kind of like looks over at you. I'm sorry. Do you? I could have sworn my key still worked. I don't know. Sorry. Can you? Is there anything you can do to get us past this door?
There are so many things I can do.
Says it like a little bit quieter to you, as like he like looks around to see if anybody's looking or hearing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure it out.
Yes. Well, please, be my guest. I don't really have. I kind of like starts to like look around more, a little bit like more nervous. Please, do what you can.
I'm gonna thieves tools my way into this.
Okay, you don't see any keyholes.
So
yeah, you don't see any keyholes. There's nothing to like pick with like mechanical tools.
Could I try to bend the magic with detect magic? Or like see if there's like a way I can like squeeze my way into it?
Yeah, there's like something magical about the stone that he has in his hand. There looks like there's like this glowing rune that is like supposed to like match up with whatever this lock is, this magical lock. But it does not like activate. Like the rune itself goes like bump bump, as like it's not a match pair.
Are we at the correct door?
Well, yes. This is the door to the archives.
Can I insight check him?
Give me an insight check.
18.
18. You've got like a passive of 21. But like with an 18, you're getting like, as like he's looking around, you're getting the sense that he maybe doesn't work here the way that he has explained that he does, or does not currently work here. The way that people were looking at him, like, oh, that's Professor Cornelius. Just kind of like, why is he here? I thought he, and then just kind of keep moving.
What the hell?
I thought he almost had tenure.
Yeah. There was like recognition. Yeah, he did say he almost had tenure.
Marisha, what is tenure?
So when you say you're 10 times?
Yeah, you're...
He's been here for 10 years?
Maybe.
Okay. Also, did you see my comedy show?
Did. I was there.
I was so nervous. I kind of just blacked out. Also, ever since I looked at that orb, my eyesight, I feel like has suffered greatly.
You've got like black spots.
I can't really see. I have to look at you from the side to really see you. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, this seems weird.
But yeah, above table, you are faced with a magical lock here. There are other ways to go about it, but let me know what you'd like to do. This very fish out of water. You guys have no idea what's going on. Ask me questions about the environment, and I'd be happy to answer.
I think Beakus will just walk up to the door and cast Dispel Magic.
That's what I was gonna do.
Guys.
Give me.
You probably have more slots, actually.
I do.
Yeah, if you want to do it, go for it, please. Your slots are so much better than my slots.
What level are you casting Dispel Magic at?
I'm going to cast it at 3rd.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll. You can guide yourself about this.
That's gonna be a... Do I add just my wisdom to it?
You add, yes, this is just your spellcasting modifier, and then you can add guidance.
Because it's a billion. 28.
28? Wow.
19 on the die, plus 4, plus 5.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah. You, yeah, that's 27, but yeah.
Shit.
Or is
27.
It? Something like that.
I can math.
But
I'm playing a character smarter than me.
This is a powerful arcane lock. Describe to me how your magic like gets in and undoes the enchantment that's over this door.
I kind of just like just sneak into like the weave of the magical lock, and just like pop it from the inside out. Like, you're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you pop like the one rune that kind of like holds it all together as like you're a knowledge cleric. Like you can see the intricacies
Arcana
of magic.
cleric.
Arcana cleric, yeah. So you pull on the thread and the whole sweater comes undone. And you see the door just fully.
All right, quickly, everyone. Come on.
I come hustling up. Somebody was
Mosey.
following us.
This is why we're moving quickly.
And you follow on through to the end.
Close the door behind us.
Yeah, there is like a little rune on the other side that like that the professor like hits with his hand, and it glows. And the door closes behind you. You see that there are like these torches that go all the way down this hallway. And you see yourself as you come to the end of this hallway in like a larger kind of like a study area. There's like nice tiled floors. There seems to be like a staircase that goes up to like a second kind of level on this place. And then on that second level, there are just like all kinds of like pedestals with artifacts on them, and then like shelves with boxes full of things. But like there's like the pedestals seem to like be like in the middle of the room. There are like glass cases that are on each of these pedestals. And you see different kinds of items that are just kind of like suspended magically in the middle of these boxes on the pedestals. And then you see all kinds of things that are around here as well, around on the shelves. And the professor goes, "Oh, well, yes, I just need to grab one thing, and then we should be off to the races." And you see him walking up to one of these like pedestals.
I mean, why only take one thing, right?
On
we're already here.
So I've been in a lot of fancy rooms with fancy people protecting them. That was kind of my job. Are you here to steal, Cornelius?
Steal? I am an academic and a professional, and I
can I insight check him?
Yeah, he looks to the rest of his party. Is he full of shit?
Yeah, I look to Ondine and I go, "We're professionals."
23 insight.
23 insight. You see that like he's definitely, if he worked here, he does not now. Obviously, at this point, and he's just like what. He kind of like crumbles under the weight of like all your eyes on him at once. Even the automaton, even J Poyo just kind of cocks his head at him, and you hear like, "Arr." Well, they didn't see the vision. They eliminated my position, my position here at the university, at the academy, and
you got laid off.
Yes. Well, yes, I guess you could call it that. It was a little less amicable. Then, like, there's kind of like a grit that enters his voice. A little less amicable than I would have liked, but well, we're here now. And he kind of like motions over to like one of the pedestals with like a glass case on it, and then inside of it there's like this like hanging, just like suspended in air. It looks like it's like this half sphere. It looks like it's like a massive pearl. that has like been broken in half. So it's got like jagged edges on the inside of it. But it looks like this like beautiful like incandescent pearl. But that's like probably like if it had its other half, it would be like this big around, like a basketball sized. But it is like half of that, kind of like broken, and it just kind of like alights like this. There's like a light that shines down on it, and it's just very glittery, very opalescent. If we have this artifact could combine our two civilizations. I believe the other one was held in Theris.
Okay, that's cute and all, but like, what can all these other things do?
You look around the room, you see there are like big ass swords, there's like a longbow, there's like a big like cuirass like armor kind of thing that looks like it's got like two not lions but like sea lions on the pauldrons. This looks to be like a room that has all kinds of different magical artifacts that are probably of Atlandian and Theran make.
Question.
Yeah.
Do I happen to have an exquisite chest 3 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet constructed from rare materials worth at least 5,000 gold pieces?
In the room?
Is there one around?
There in the room, you see like pretty ornate chests. They would be like more along like where the shelves and stuff like that are.
Do they look like they could be worth 5,000 gold pieces?
Based on historical value, I would say there's one in there that would.
Excellent. I'm gonna walk up to that one,
mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take this little Polly Pocket treasure chest I keep in my pocket, as I'm gonna start casting Secret Chest.
Okay.
And I'm like, everyone, throw everything in here, and then we're just going to leave, okay?
How long does it take to cast this?
Okay.
It's 1 action to cast it.
Okay.
Let's go, come on. Pip, pip, cheerio.
What is happening?
Grabbing stuff.
And I'm just going to start putting things in this, and I'm going to turn over to the professor, and I'm like, we're making your own severance package today. Hurry up, let's go.
Well, but yes, but the only item that I require is in the pedestal right now.
Sure, but everything in here is cool, so we're taking what we can.
But we do not have
relations.
We do not have time.
It's okay.
They took your job, so we take this stuff.
Yes, you should be paid for your job, and you should get a severance.
And I'm just putting
is this right?
Yes, it is. And I just start putting things in this chest. That I am then going, when stuff is put in, snap it away to the ethereal plane, and I have this tiny chest.
So you grab all of the there are several items that are on shelves that are like in like little display cases that look less like magical and like have like light upon them and stuff like the things on the pedestals do. But you are like you're taking like archaeological like artifacts. There doesn't look like chalices and gems and like all kinds of crazy things here.
You said these things are from Theris, which is where we're from, correct?
Yeah, they look very ancient and like ornate.
So
but
these
still
are things that belong back in my home.
Of Theran make, yeah.
Yes, I'm taking it all back.
Sense.
Yeah,
so cool.
How much does the chest hold?
Can contain up to
what the hell?
12 cubic feet of non-living material.
Okay, so you are beginning to load this up. I'll say a couple of minutes start to go by as you are pulling things into this, and you see the professor is like around this like half pearl in the case there. It's like, and he's just kind of like looking around it. Kind of, you see him like cast like an identify and like a detect magic spell, and you see him like looking this thing up and down. Well, they haven't changed any of the security measures, at least.
Okay, so then let's open it. Put it in the chest, and then
do you need to dispel magic for your thievery? I mean, I don't know what career I want to master next, but I didn't expect thievery. But I mean, that's fine with me.
I've done great with it because if you want some tips,
yeah.
I mean, sure, yes, I love to learn from a master. Do you need this magic dispelled? Whatever protections against it?
Well, there do seem to be quite a few enchantments on it, but one specifically that would let us get into it, yes. I don't know if you'd be able to get the others, but if we can be quick about it, we should... Are you all done looting the place?
Not
he
looting.
Looks over to Ondine.
Rehoming.
Returning things to your civilization, yes.
Yes.
You see, like he's starting to get a little bit more like a little persnickety, we'll call it. He's just kind of like looking over his shoulder back at the entrance, and he's just like, "We don't have much time. I don't trust that we weren't followed. We should get a move on. Yes. Please, yes, Mr. Boktopus, please, dispel." And he like points out a certain enchantment that like keeps the thing like locked in place. It is like an immovable rod spell that like just prevents it from moving in space.
Yeah, on dispel magic, 3rd level.
At 3rd level, go ahead and give me a roll about it.
You got it.
Do we recognize this pearl at all?
No, nothing's coming to you. But he did say that there's like a second half that was in Theris at one point.
Is there anything else that sort of like seems familiar, or is it all like fairly ancient to us as well?
It's fairly ancient, but familiar in the sense that like it's got like similar motifs, and like things that your society makes today are like divergent or have iterated on things like that are in this room. Chris,
that's a 21, corn dog.
On a 21, hell yeah. The glass doesn't break or anything, but the spell that suspends this thing in midair ends, and you see it, and it hits the bottom of the pedestal. But at that point, there is just a red light that suffuses the entire room, and you hear like a as from the ceiling, you see a massive form drop. There's just like all red and shadowed light in this room. And in the middle of these pedestals around where you all are right now, there is this figure that drops to the stone floor, cracking some of the tiles around it. You see, it looks like it has a body made of different metals. And it begins to glow from the inside, like this red, like orange glow from the inside of its chest. This thing is huge. It is like 12 feet tall, all made of metal. And you see it like reaches into its own chest, and it pulls out like that is like run up alongside the chest. It pulls out a massive like broadsword, and it goes. I need you all to roll initiative.
Ooh. Who would be within 10 feet of me?
I will say everybody is within 10 feet of you at this point. I'll say your chest, Ondine, is over by the shelves, like where you were like grabbing things and putting them in, and then you came over to this place. So the thing is not within 30 feet of you at this point. It is like by the shelves, which are a good like 45. We'll call it 60 feet away, just because this room is quite massive. And you are all standing between a bunch of pedestals that line the middle of this room. And between those pedestals, this massive figure came down. I can show you on screen. It looks a little like this guy.
That's cool.
Dang.
Yeah, and he's got like runes on his sword and runes that like start to alight on his back in this like very ominous and threatening orange color. But we'll all go ahead and roll initiative.
Everyone gets a +5 from my aura to
initiative. That's
as
sick.
a watcher.
A question, Cartier.
Yeah, what's up?
So the pirate ship.
Mm-hmm.
Could I have, during those 2 weeks of downtime, casted Word of Recall to make that a sanctuary, since my witch is the one that cursed them?
Sure, yeah, you definitely felt some like familiar energies. Perfect. And something about your magic was able to connect there.
Cool. Sick. Thank you.
But it feels private. It feels like something that you did, and not like your patron knows about. It looks like it's like you found, because I don't know how you feel about your patron in this moment, like knowing that there's like some sort of connection with these ghosts and stuff. But you are able to find a private moment and a private piece of magic that you set your arcane mark onto this ship somewhere. Cool. You do have Word of Recall on that ship.
Thank you.
Okay. 25 to 20.
Everyone has a +5.
Yep.
Yeah.
20. Is it ally? is it allies?
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure it says allies.
Yeah, Aura of Watchers. You and any creatures of your choice within 10 feet of you roll initiative. You gain a bonus to initiative equal to your proficiency bonus.
Chris, you're green. Shauna, what color do you want?
Oh, thank you.
Blue.
Blue. Shauna's blue. Danny, what color do you want?
Yellow.
Yeah, yellow for Danny. And Steph, what color do you want?
Purple.
Purple. Perfect. Yeah, purple.
Point.
Awesome. Okay. So you see, like, this thing drops down, probably a good, 10 feet in front of you, as you are going towards this pillar. As you are in front of this pillar and you dispel the magic, the half kind of pearl drops inside of this feature here. But with a 25 to 20, nobody got 20 to 15.
19.
Yes.
15.
16.
19 on
Marisha.
Dean. Then I had
horribly.
I had a 16 from Beak.
Yeah.
And then a 15 from
Cosette.
15. And then Marisha, what did you get?
I got a 12.
12?
With +5. Yep.
Okay. First up is not Ondine, unfortunately. It is the lair action.
Mm-hmm.
As you see, there is you guys have dark vision, I assume, right?
Yes.
Out to 60 feet.
Yes.
There from nearby where this creature dropped from, there seems to be this protrusion from the ceiling. It looks a little bit like that cannon that fell on top of you guys in the ship before. That big metal thing. It's Beakus called it a big metal squid. But it looks like one of these big metal squids kind of comes down from the ceiling, and it goes, and it shoots out this green orb of slime at the four of you, at the six of you rather, because the automaton is there. I need everybody to make me dex saves.
Ooh.
And we get a bonus.
Yeah, you get a +5. I have a 20 charisma.
And I'll throw the professor up there, and then our
it's a
friend.
dex save?
So this is a dex save, yeah. Ooh, you know what? Sorry, I am reading the wrong thing. This is a strength save, not a dex save.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
Worse.
That's worse, Carter.
I mean, I'm happy with it. Thanks, Carter.
Yeah, I saw Chris get happy and everybody else drop.
I love you, Carter.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, this is indeed a strength save. Strength saves going around. Chris.
19.
19 succeeds. Marisha.
11.
11 fails.
With his +5?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a 10 out. So you are restrained. Sorry, Cosette.
I got a natural 20, -1, +5, so 24.
Yeah, super succeeds. Ondine.
18.
18 succeeds. So the only person... Oh, and then our friends here, they get a +5. So that's 14, 15. So 15. So the automaton just succeeds, J. Poyo. And the professor with a +5 will succeed. He gets a 0 bonus to this. So Marisha is the only person that is restrained. As you see this green globule gets shot down at you, and it lands at your feet, and kind of coats around you, and your arms kind of stick to themselves, and you are restrained. You are unable to. So you have disadvantage on attacks. But you are unable to you have movement speed, you can move around, but your arms are kind of held tight against your chest. You'll get a saving throw against this at the end of your turn.
Okay.
But that's the lair action, as this security measure comes down to try to stop the thieves who are trying to loot the place. And that is the lair action. Ondine is first up.
Question for you.
Yeah.
My shield can cast a spell. Does that count as like casting a leveled spell. So
it's gonna cast as your action. It's gonna cost you your like spell action.
So then I couldn't cast a leveled spell as my bonus.
I know Chris. I know you have like a better grasp on that, like leveled spells per turn kind of thing. I don't know if an object counts for that.
Because the spell comes from the shield. I want to cast Bane from my shield as my action.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I cannot do spiritual weapon as my bonus if I'm casting it from my shield?
Yeah, usually casting a spell from a thing is casting a spell.
Yeah, it's just the bonus is that it doesn't take the spell slot.
Cool. Well, I'm going to need a wisdom save for Bane. Can I have a charisma save?
Charisma.
DC 17.
DC 17. That is a 16 on the die for an 18.
Dang it.
Dang.
All right. That's my one-time Bane.
Oof.
This is why I never Bane.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, I wish, because it's used as a spell's DC, not my DC. That's fine.
And you see, as you do that, this thing has like some sort of like natural resistance to magic. So as like your spell tries to take effect against it, wherever it tries to take effect, like runes glow against it, and they glow like orange hot, and they like burns your magic away. This thing has magical resistance.
Okay.
This is big boy. Big boy.
Then I am going to. You said I'm 60 feet away from my chest?
You're 60 feet away from like where your chest was, by the shelves.
I'm gonna run 30 feet towards my chest.
Okay. Let me extend my map here. I've got this here. It's theater of mind for y'all, but I've got more or less a guide to space everything out. Okay. So you're going to Beakus's left. So you're going to go past Beakus. You'll go.
I'm gonna go as far as I can without attack of opportunity.
Okay. Yeah, you're not getting attack of opportunity. Actually, this thing is quite large. We'll say he does not use his reaction to take an attack of opportunity. Okay.
It feels like the Incredibles, where they shoot the metal balls down. And it
very much
lobs
that.
On.
Yeah, it goes. That is Ondine's turn. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, Beak, you're up. What would you like to do? You got this big guy. He is 10 feet in front of you, but he is huge, so it looks like he takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, I think. I look at him and I say, "I think I've figured out my new job that I want to master. I'm sure I'll do it very quickly. I'm going to be a diplomat. But first," and I stab into him with my helmet.
Yeah, hell yeah. Give me that attack roll.
Ooh, I'm going to roll the first one and see how I do. I'm going to do Great Weapon Master, so this is going to be at a -5.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, that's a 12 to hit.
12's not going to do it.
I'll do another one, because that was a horrible roll.
Is this Great Weapon Master?
Fucking yes. And that was horrible. So I'm going to do a weapon butt attack.
Yeah,
actually, hold on. What do I got? I feel like I got some cool bonus action shit. Or is it action shit? I think it's action shit. It's action shit. Okay. So yeah, I'll do a weapon butt attack. Might as well do another great weapon. I can only roll. Let's see what their AC is. That's a 16 to hit.
16 is gonna miss.
Fuck.
Big dude. It like you hit its armor and it doesn't even leave a scratch.
Okay.
It just clangs off.
That's 3 misses. And that's a full turn of failure.
Okay. Full turn of failure. Hey, but your comedy set was real good.
You know? Are all these new jobs ruining my original job?
Yeah. The awkwardness is bleeding over into your attack rounds. That is Beak's turn. I'll say if you would like to use your object interaction this turn and next turn, by next turn you can have your flying carpet out. Like at the beginning of your next turn, you could have your carpet out. But if you use your object interaction this time and next time.
Yeah, sure. I'll slam it on the ground.
You'll like start to move it down. Okay. That's on D.
I'll do the unfurling on this one, and then I'll slam it down next turn. And I definitely want to stay within 10 feet of everybody to give them the bonuses.
You are within 10 feet of the people around you. Yep.
Yep.
And Ondine went running. Cosette, it is your turn.
Okay, is this guy? He's within melee with Beak, right?
Yes, they are both within each other's melee.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack him.
So sneak attack, not to be a dick, but sneak attack does say within 5 feet, I believe, to get like sneak attack for it.
It was like it was engaged within. Oh.
Yeah, it's unfortunately within 5 feet. You know what? I'll say for this, Beak is just so big and imposing that while he's engaging and he misses all 3 of these attacks, I'll give you sneak attack on this round.
Is this the moment where Willie loses polymorph and so he just like?
Shauna, you're concentrating. Marisha's concentrating on polymorph right now. So the second that ends, I'm more than happy to let you know.
Did I need to make a concentration check for when I took a dex save, or?
Oh shit!
You took no damage from this.
Right.
It is just like restraining you in place.
Okay.
But Cosette, it is your turn.
I do think that I just got like a thing that allows me to give myself advantage on my attacks if I like use my bonus action. But if you're gonna give it to me, then I'll just take it. Either way, I'm going to pull out my shiny new 9 life sealer and attack him. And oh yeah, 28.
28 hits.
Yeah. And I get sneak attack on that?
Yeah, grab sneak attack. And then Marisha, I'll say, so you're restrained, so your movement speed is 0, Marisha, and then attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attacks have disadvantage. And then you have disadvantage on dex saves.
Okay.
I got 32 points.
32 points of damage. All this is all magical from the force crossbow?
Yes.
Yeah, so
from the 9 life sealer, so
I
believe
cool.
that it is a magical weapon because I get a +2 on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So sorry, 30. Then, how many? 34.
32.
32. That's 35. Okay, no, yeah, he took some damage. There's like a carve in the metal of the armor, but this looks like to be like a full-on construct and doesn't even blink or budge from that damage. Because that
bonus
is that your
action, disengage.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna like run off to the side. There's like columns in here. I'll probably just like stand behind one. So.
Okay. Yeah. You don't even need to so you don't need to bonus action disengage if you don't need to, if you wouldn't like to. I'll say you can 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can try to bonus action hide if you use all of your movement to get behind like a shelf.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Give me a hide check. Stealth check.
Hide check. My skin looks great. It's 25.
25. You feel like you're hidden for sure. That is Cosette's turn. Marisha, it is your turn.
Okay. Am I able to wild shape in my current restraint, or
you can wild shape how you are, but you will still have the restrained condition on you.
Okay. I screwed myself not being able to concentrate on anything else right now.
Yeah, because if you drop it, a fucking whale drops into the middle of this archive.
I love it.
I love
Fantastic. It. I'd like to wild shape into a giant octopus as a bonus action.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dad?
What does your octopus look like? Dad?
Dad? Wet, sticky, and purple.
Wet, sticky, and purple. My nickname in college.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Very cool. And then you're going to remain there because your movement speed is 0. Anything else on your turn?
I would just have to try and get out of the restrained condition, yeah?
Yeah, so at the end of your turn, you can try to make a save against it.
Okay. How far away am I from the armor?
You, from the big guy,
Yeah.
you are 5'10", you are 15 feet away from him.
Okay, well, I can't reach.
Beak is right in front of you, and then the professor is right behind you.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, then I'll just spend the rest of my turn trying to get out of the restraint.
Cool, go ahead and give me a strength saving throw with the octopus stats.
Strength. Okay. Oh boy. 18.
18 beats it. You are able to
Yes.
break out of this thing. All 8 of your limbs are freed from this. You do not have any movement, but you are that condition no longer applies to you.
Awesome. The slime wins again.
That's Marisha. That brings us to the Mage Hunter. The Mage Hunter gets to take his turn, and Beak tried to hit him. You did damage, but you're over there. Beak's right in front of him, so he's gonna go first off for a big slam attack with one of his fists. The one without the broadsword, he just tries to bring it down on top of your head. Oh, baby. 32 to hit.
That'll do.
Yeah. That's gonna be 16. 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
23?
Yep.
Ouch.
So he goes, oof, hits you with like the bottom of his fist as he like gives you the hammer fist there. He's gonna take a second attack on you. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
For you, you're getting hit with this. I like this being a dexterity or a strength saving throw. So I will say this can be a dexterity or a strength saving throw based on the nature of it. You see, after he like bludgeons you with his hand, like the fist switches it like Transformer style. Like his wrist goes, and from the outside, this like collar becomes his new hand, and he goes to like clasp you over the neck. So you're gonna take some damage from this, but give me a strength saving throw.
Oi. Thank you, Papa, for letting it be strength. Oh no. So I'm so good at those. That's a 12.
So on a 12, this collar comes for your neck, and it's got like this spike against it almost. And as his hand goes for you, you try to like grab it with your hands and stop it, and he just fully and it clamps around your neck. You cannot speak. So you are magically silenced. The creature cannot speak, cast spells with the verbal components. This creature can use an action to make a DC 25 athletics or dexterity check, athletics or acrobatics check, or a dexterity check with thieves' tools to try to undo the collar. So DC 25 to get out of this thing, strength or dex. But you are going to take some
to do.
That would be your action to do that. But it does silence you. But I don't think smites are verbal. So 8 plus 3, so 11 plus 7. You're going to take 18 points of bludgeoning damage from this as it and closes around your neck.
Ouch.
And with that, you see at the end of his turn, you see like his, there is like, he doesn't have like a face like with eyes and a mouth. He just has like a blank face with like this rune inscribed upon it. And that rune begins to like glow with orange. And then you just feel this like energy all around you. You feel magically disconnected from things. He's got an anti-magic cone that comes out from his face. With that, wait.
Does he? Like it's
he does have an
just casting onto me.
His face has an anti-magic cone that is just like pointed down at you right now.
You reveal Beak's horrible secret. you see his muscles immediately deflate to the point where he has zero musculature at all. All of his strength comes from his belt.
Wow.
And he's just like,
It's like skinny SpongeBob without like the inflated arms.
100%. He doesn't have the Larry Lobster arms.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love emergent storytelling. I also, because of that reveal though, I will say his magical aura is like face down on you and not like spread out to the rest of everybody else. And he does not make Marisha drop concentration on the thing and make a whale appear right now. But I will say that is his turn, but he does activate his anti-magic aura. No action economy required. He just has that. But he can reposition it every time on his turn. But right now it is like directly face down on Beak like a spotlight. It's like it feels like your body is like on pins and needles, like you can't feel it, you know, like a dead leg or something. You feel this like staticky energy across your entire body. That is the Mage Hunter's turn. We're back up at the top of the turn with the lair action. This thing is going to go. It's going to do another volley of those restraining bits there. It still detects the stuff over by Marisha, so it does not. It still like thinks you are restrained, so it will not shoot at you, but it'll shoot at Beak and the Professor and the Automaton. Oh, that's cocked. Oh, sorry. Dex or Strength saves from Beak, the Professor and the Automaton.
Does that mean my aura doesn't work either?
Yes, technically.
I think it's a magical aura, right?
Yeah. Your magic is suppressed under this aura. The Automaton succeeds, and the
We're all magic.
The other guy fails. So he's restrained. Marisha's not restrained, but the Automaton definitely dives out of the way. That is, and like I'm not rolling them in initiative. They're just like people. They're just things. So they don't have much ability. Their whole thing is to get out of here and survive with you. That is the lair action. Ondine, it is your turn. You are 30 feet away from your secret chest.
I'm going to look at this big automaton, and I'm just like, get out of my way, as I cast banishment.
Okay.
On him. DC 20 charisma save.
Please.
Gets
Please.
Plus 2 to this. That's a 17. And that, with an 18 on the die, plus 2 is 20.
It.
Yep.
What kind of automaton has plus 2?
We talked about it in the chat. It's one hot automaton. It's a hotomaton.
Automaton, yeah, super hot. And like now that you're saying this, Beak, like you feel like this like oppressive like heat almost coming off of this thing. Like that orange glow isn't just for show; it is hot.
Yeah. Also, Beak now looks like that. He's still super fucking hot. It's like lean, muscled.
Yeah, absolutely. You're more like runner than like linebacker. Yeah. Okay, Ondine, yeah, that just barely didn't work. As you see, like his like magic, like is like his form starts to fade in and out, and then the runes across his body burn, and the magic is suppressed.
I'm gonna run up the rest of the way to my chest.
Okay, you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You are at your chest.
Is there like a pillar or anything by it that I can hide behind?
There are no pillars, but there are a bunch of
like columns or anything.
There are a bunch of like these shelves with like a bunch of stuff on them. You're like think like a bunch of case files and a bunch of boxes with like folders and stuff in them.
If I can,
but there's like
duck behind something, I'm gonna duck behind it.
Okay, you can. I'll say you can have some cover unless you want to do like a hide action about it, but that's rogue stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking for cover.
Okay, so I'll give you half cover, so you have a +2 to your AC.
Thank you.
As you kind of like crouch behind something. Ondine, Beak, it is your turn.
I have nothing. You've taken it all away. Do you feel good about that, Carter?
Sorry, Beak, what was your strength save against the globules?
8 or something. Bad.
8. So yeah. So cool. So you are restrained. So you have 0 movement speed.
I used dexterity because now that's better.
Oh right. Yeah. Without the aura. Okay. Yeah. It is your turn.
What would you like to do?
You are restrained.
I got globbed and restrained.
Yeah.
I can't use
magic.
Globbed.
Nope.
I'm weak. I literally have nothing.
Nothing. I did. Yeah. This is rough. I
can't miss step.
This is the world's best security measure.
I have nothing for you.
Got slobbed with a glob.
I'll say you can use your action to try to break out of this. Either Dex or acrobatics check.
Sure.
Or Dex or strength saving throw.
Once again.
I mean, can you?
I'm horrible at that now.
Can you even get out of that with a nat 20?
A DC on this is 15.
I have been fully shut down. I will use a dexterity check. It's just, what is it, acrobatics or?
Yes. Oh, sorry. As a saving throw. So Dex save or strength save. Also, if you're using your action to do it, if acrobatics is better for you, also you can use your action to do an acrobatics check, but you get to repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn.
I do have athletics proficiency because I still trained with the magic muscles. So I'm going to use that. Athletics, that's cool?
Yeah, go ahead and make a check about it.
I'm going to make a check about it. That's a natural 1. The gods want me dead.
That is the end of your turn. Please make a Dex or Strength save.
You guys.
That's a natural 19. So with my Dex save, that's a 20, a dirty 20.
20. You are able to break out of it. You get unglobbed.
I just pathetically wiggle out. So this is what it's like to not succeed.
It's like Worm Jerry from Rick and Morty. Beak, that is your very impressive turn.
I wiggled like a worm after just failing.
Cosette, that is you. This thing has taken a little bit of damage. It's taken like 32 points of damage so far from you. Back to your turn, Cosette. What would you like to do?
Horrifically at Beakus.
Don't vomit.
Okay. I'm not. You didn't see that. You can't see me. You can hear it though. It's like when the cat's like gonna barf on the carpet.
We have a video of Kala doing that behind Jeremy when we were filming skits the other day.
It's so funny.
It's so funny. She's like, ah.
Oh my god.
I was like, Julia's like, she gets her comedic timing from me.
She loves to barf, you know. She's great at it. I'm gonna try and like sneak up behind this thing, like still assuming I'm hidden and staying very far away from the front of it. And I'm gonna try and hit it with my rapier again.
So you are hidden right now from where you are. If you tried to make a range attack, you'd get sneak attack. I'll say Beak because you crawled a little bit. You'll say you're a little within range of it, so you get sneak attack again in melee. If you'd like to get up next to it.
Yeah, but I think the ally has to be an active threat.
20, 25.
I am. What are you talking about? I just have
it is like
negative 1
focused.
Strength, and it's fine.
It's like its beam is focused on him, so I'll give you sneak attack again here if you'd like it.
I'm out of the goo. How dare you?
10, 15, 20. So with 25 feet of movement, you are right next to it.
Okay, I'll get 23 to
23 hits.
All right. Please. Man. It's gonna be 30 points of piercing damage. Magical piercing.
30. You realize you have 30 minutes? 30. All right, so that is 30 points. That hurts him.
Cool.
He's hurt.
And I'm gonna bonus action. Bonus action dash so I can get back behind a column.
Okay.
I'll take
bonus action dash. So you go, I'll say 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so with 20 feet, do you want to go towards where Ondine is by the stacks, or do you want to go towards, like, the columns? Or you can actually try to hide behind the column of the one that you actually just disenchanted, the half pearl, if you'd like to try to hide behind that. You'd still be within like 15 feet of him, but you could try to hide behind it or try to use it as cover.
Yeah, I'm just looking for cover right now. I don't think I can hide yet, but yeah, whatever. Is the one that just got disenchanted closer to Ondine?
Ondine is quite far away, over by the stacks, over by like the shelves and stuff. Where you guys are right now is where you guys just disenchanted the half pearl on a pillar. So, it is within 15 feet of him, of the big guy, and it is right next to where all of you were. So if you'd like to try to use it, I'll also give you half cover against like melee attacks, unless he literally swings all the way around.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay. So you are under the pillar right here. You're like, you see like right next to you is the professor who's just like trying to like get himself out of the goop right now. That's your turn, Ondine?
Yeah.
Cosette. Brings us to Marisha.
Okay. Since anti-magic doesn't have effect on wild shape, I would like to try and slurp my way up to its head and cover its eyes with my body and just wrap myself around it and just hang on tight, trying to cover the anti-magic field.
Okay, let me see.
You're so cool and smart.
That is very cool. I'm just looking at his condition immunities here.
Okay.
It does not say blinded, so I'll say you can give me a grappled check, but instead of being grappled, he will have the blinded condition instead.
Okay.
That's cool.
You're so cool and smart.
Ooh. So he does have blind sense, but I will say this negates the magic cone effect, but does not make him blind.
That's fine.
So opposed athletics or opposed. You can make an athletics, and I'll make it an acrobatics or.
I do have a DC for it if you just want to use that.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, let's use. What?
It's a 16.
And this is not magical. So my strength, I'm gonna add a 7 to that. So 12.
Oh my god.
I rolled very low. So 5. So 12.
He fails.
Yes.
So you wrap your octopus body, I almost said octopine for some reason, but your octopode body all around this thing, and you kind of like hold close, and you Beak, you feel that effect wane, and your muscles come back. You say,
beautiful.
MV Boktopus, MV Boktopus.
Marisha, anything else on your turn? That's fantastic. That's your action.
Let's see. Okay, no bonus actions. Nope, I'm just gonna hang on for dear life.
Okay, very cool. That is the Mage Hunter's turn. The Mage Hunter is gonna can still feel things around it. I'll roll a d4 to see who he goes after, as he is a little discombobulated at the moment. 2, so that is 1 is Marisha, and then 2 is gonna be Beak. So Beak, unfortunately, he does take a swing at you.
Bring it on.
But with a nat 1, that'll be my first nat 1 of the night. Oh, you guys have a nat 1 because you rolled a nat 1 earlier, so we're tied at 1 nat 1 each. He does miss his first attack against Beak, and then we'll use his second attack to try to collar the octopus. He'll try to make a magical collar attack at the octopus. 24 to hit.
I mean, yeah.
Got a big hit, so you're gonna take 9, 17 plus. So you're gonna take 24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then go ahead and give me a Dex or a Strength saving throw.
Okay. Is that +5 in effect again, or no?
The +5 is in effect because you are blocking it. Let me see.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you are within 10 feet.
Okay, so 27.
Holy shit! Yes, octopuses they can slide through a hole that's like an inch wide. So as this thing clamps down on you, the collar magically shrinks to cover you as an octopus, and you just see like your friend move through like a napkin ring, basically, just and fully slip out of it.
Slurping up a boba.
Yeah.
Ew.
You fully octopus slither your way out of there. That is his second attack. You do take that damage, but you are not. You do not have a magical collar on you. Okay. Sounds like we'll have to start using some bigger stuff next time, but that's cool. That's Mage Hunter's turn. It is the lair action. It is going to. It does have another ability. It is just going to fire wherever it sees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need everybody except Cosette to give me, or sorry, everybody except Ondine to give me. This is a dexterity saving throw.
Me as well, hanging onto its face.
Yes, yeah, you for sure.
Okay.
You got a +5 from me again. I'm a hero again.
Ooh, and then real quick, I just rolled for concentration as well.
Okay, cool.
I suck at rolling. I'm a hero.
Strength saves going around. Dex saves going around.
So
yeah, that's an 11.
11's gonna fail. You're gonna take 16 points of fire damage as this thing like shoots a jet of like napalm down at you. Marisha.
29. I rolled
29. You take 8 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Cosette.
I got 30.
30 absolutely succeeds. You take 8 points of fire damage. The other folks are going to roll. They get their +5. Hey, the professor gets a nat 20, but he gets disadvantage on dex saves, so he doesn't. And a 7 + 12, 5. Professor's gonna fail. He's gonna take 16 points of lightning damage, of fire damage, and he is like just like on fire and burning right now. But the professor doesn't seem like he's down yet. Actually, he will collapse because, yeah. So he collapses on the ground and he's just on fire. And then the automaton rolls miraculously a 19, so super succeeds. And he only takes 8 points of fire damage, but being an automaton, he is going to be, specifically, he's resistant to fire damage, so he'll take 8 anyway. Cool. That is the lair action. Ondine, it is your turn again. You see you've got your chest next to you. Do you need to do anything to, like, bamf that away?
Yeah, I'm going to use my action to make the chest go away.
Okay.
So now I have the tiny chest. I just put that in my pocket, so that way if I need to teleport out, I at least have all the stuff with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to. Are we using 2024 healing spells or 2014 healing spells?
2014. What the heck?
2014, right?
Yeah, we'll stick with 2014 until I get a grasp at what the monsters look like and that stuff.
I'm going to use a bonus action healing, mass healing word.
Okay.
We're gonna do it at a level 5.
I did forget to roll the restraint check for the professor at the end of initiative, but he does succeed. So I'm going to say that natural 20 does go through, and he didn't have disadvantage on that, so he'll just take 8 points of fire damage. Not restrained, but it looks like he's a little hurt.
I'm going to do a third.
I'll choose to give him my +5 also.
Okay, fit, sick. Yeah, he needs it to pass. I assume you'd be giving it.
I'm doing a mass healing word. It says it doesn't work on constructs, so it has Poyo taken any damage?
Poyo's taken 8 points of damage at this point.
Save Poyo!
I mean, the spell has no effect on undead or constructs. It's a healing word.
The professor has taken 8 points of damage. Fire damage.
Everyone...
I have spells that can cure Poyo. I'll do that. If need be.
Everyone heal for 16 points.
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Very cool. Very good. That was bonus action mass healing word?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? Any movement you'd like to do?
I'm gonna move closer to everyone by 15 feet.
Okay.
So you are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I'd still like to find cover.
Yeah, there are stacks here that you can hide behind. You are 30 feet away from your sister.
Perfect.
Okay. That brings us to Beak.
Okay. I'm going to wiggle around to make sure I'm out of the cone, but also angled to where if he focuses the cone on me, he won't get anyone else.
Mm-hmm. That cone is still suppressed as Marisha is wrapped around him.
Marissa, my hero. Okay. And then I'm just gonna fucking bash this asshole's head in.
Yeah.
Dodging Marissa's tentacles.
Marisha.
Yeah, she's like fully wrapped around his head, so like the rest of Marissa, the rest of his body is free range.
It's her
so
birthday
you're good.
tomorrow, sorry.
Yeah. Happy birthday,
Shout out.
Marissa.
Happy
Hot
birthday,
birth,
Marissa.
Hot birth.
Hot birth.
Okay, so I'm not doing Great Weapon Master. I'm just trying to beat the shit out of this asshole.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 19 to hit.
19 just hits.
Woo! Good thing I didn't.
Big beefy boy, big beefy AC.
Okay, I'll do another attack. Ooh, and I will do a fucking. What do I have? I'll do a 3rd level smite.
Yep. Lay it on.
I'm gonna roll my next attack. Shit. A 19 just hits. That's a 18.
18 is gonna miss. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, and I'll do a butt attack. Ooh, yeah, that's a million. That's a 20-something.
Super hits.
Also a 3rd level smite. Spend. Okay, so that is. Oh boy. I'm using the calculator. I'm not gonna roll all these.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many dice, man.
Too many dice.
10 plus. What is a 3rd level? Is 4d8, right?
Yep.
So
2d, 3d, 40.
Plus. Alright, that's 59 points of damage. Does Radiant matter?
Radiant doesn't matter, but it still hurts. So 50.
Yeah, 59 magical slashing plus Radiant.
He's looking wounded. Closer to, but he's closer to bloodied than he is to wounded. But
I love. As soon as he said it, all of us were just like, "Oh,
that's kind of the first kind of big damage we did, huh?"
Okay.
This is the big boy, big security measure.
Yeah. I mean, that's my whole ass turn. So.
Okay, Beak. That's a good turn. Yes, as you smash into him, your divine light. You said it's got like an aquamarine kind of green, kind of bluish green energy to it. I believe last episode.
Absolutely.
And as like that kind of like sea green energy slashes through him, you see like some of those runes just kind of like go dull with your radiant light, the light of your will, and you slash through him. That is going to be Beak's turn. Cosette.
Right. So Beak is legitimately within 5 feet of it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's smacking at it. Great.
Within 10 feet, because he's got a halberd.
Right.
I'm next to it because with the butt.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Cool. Great.
The butt smash. I'm smashing him with my butt. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Butt smash.
Throw that thing around. I will bonus action then. Like sneak up on it. Oh no, I don't have to. I'm just kidding. I'm saving my bonus action. I'm just gonna go shank it in the side. 23 to hit.
Super hits.
Rad.
Yeah, sneak attack.
Hitting this game. Yes. 30 36 points of damage, piercing to.
Oofa doofa.
Bonus action, disengage and slip away again.
Now he is bloodied. As you see, some of the runes on him are like kind of like flickering in and out. Okay, and you disengage?
Yeah.
I say, you must be mistaken! This man has tenure!
10, 15. Okay, so you are back to where you kind of started. You're back to where you started your turn, because you got up and then went back. Very cool. That is leading us to Marisha.
All right. Since I am hanging on to its head, I'm gonna just do a tentacle attack, try to smack it in the back of the head.
Yeah.
It's a +5. Nope, that's a 9.
Oof, yeah, not gonna do it. But you're wrapped around him. You're suppressing that anti-magic cone. You're suppressing his suppression, which is huge.
Mm-hmm. And then, yes. Then bonus action, per combat wild shape, I can expend a spell slot to heal. So I'm going to do a 3rd level spell slot so I can do heal 3d8.
Okay.
And I got 13, so that's my turn.
Okay, that's gonna be the Mage Hunter's turn. He's gonna take another slam. He's gonna like punch himself in the face to get you off. With a 15 to hit.
Hits.
Hits. That I rolled a 2 on the die, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, rough.
Now.
My AC is 11, so it sucks.
18 plus 7. Sorry, not yes, 18 plus 7. 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then that was just a slam. He's going to take his next one over at Beak, who is up in melee with him. He's going to try to...
Don't hit me! Don't hit my dad, hit me!
He's going to swing around so that he gets next to the automaton, but he's still within your range, Beak. Because he wants to be in range. He will take a second attack at Beak, though. That is only going to be a 15. I rolled the same thing. 15 to hit.
Hell yeah, that's a miss.
Super misses. How do you like deflect it?
I think I just do like a chest bump.
Yeah. You fully like as he brings his blade
my
down.
Like crazy armor, which I feel like is awkward walking around in this city, but I
fully rebuff, and as like the sword clings down, it kind of like comes back up at him a little bit, and you have to like move your arm at the last second, Marisha, to avoid the backlash of the sword coming back up and getting you. That is Mage Hunter's turn. I could have just used that, but I forgot about it, so I'll do it next time. That brings us to the Professor's turn. The Professor at the bottom of initiative is going to move towards the case. He's going to crack open the. He grabs that stone that he had in his hand to try to unlock the door, and he smashes through the glass. And like he grabs the pearl in his hand, and he kind of like puts it underneath his robe. All right, let's get out of here. And that is going to be his turn. Lair action. You see the automaton like reaches his arm up in the air, and there's like a rune that kind of glows on it, and there's a rune that glows on the side of the cannon, and the cannon itself takes its entire lair action to just shoot fire down at this guy, and instead of taking damage, he's going to heal for 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He's going to heal for 19 points of damage. Whenever this construct takes fire damage, he instead heals for the total damage taken.
Stunning.
So he heals for 19.
Bastard! You like the orb in the sky, don't you?
He takes that. He would look at you if his face wasn't covered. That's the Mage Hunter's turn. That's the lair action. Ondine, it is your turn.
We're going to try this one more time. DC 20 charisma save as I try to banish it.
Oh god, do I go with it?
That is only going to be a 16.
Stunning, it is banished.
Yeah, he needs to roll an 18 or higher on that die to succeed that.
He's gone.
He blinks out. Make sure he doesn't have
Anything that would prevent that?
Do I just drop to the floor?
Doesn't have legendaries. Yeah, you do just wet slop of octopus down to the ground.
Ooh, can I catch you out of the air? Can I catch her so she doesn't splorp?
Twirled up like some spaghetti.
You take no falling damage. You're just down to the ground. But you can like try to like reach out your arm, and she like goes on your arm.
I'm then gonna run up to everyone
Ooh.
at the rest of 30 feet. I'm like, everyone, 5 feet of me now.
Okay.
As I start running.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You are just outside of everybody's range, but you are right next to your sister.
Excellent. This also includes Pollo and Professor.
Okay.
I need everyone to get within 5 feet of me as soon as I can.
Okay. Yeah, everyone's going to have to surround you. Everyone. So,
Correct.
Beak, you're 5, 10, 15, 20. So, with your movement, you can get there on your turn, but we'll go through initiative real quick. Beak, you move over.
Yeah, I get on my magic carpet and I say, I can show you my beak.
And with Marisha on your arm, you can kind of like move at half speed and still get there and get Marisha there as well.
Yeah.
Also,
so Marisha,
you're
within 5 feet.
Beast, so I don't know how
my strength without anti-magic is incredible.
Okay.
He's got you. Cosette, you're within range. Would you like to stay there or do anything else on your turn?
One little lap around her and then come right back to where I was.
A little lap. Marisha, anything else on your turn?
Nope, hanging on.
And you gave me a concentration save for the last time I punched you.
I
right?
rolled a 14 and then +9 +5.
Also,
Sick.
everyone keep me safe so I don't lose concentration.
The Mage Hunter is gone, banished. That is his turn. During the Professor's turn, he kind of was like, okay, let's get out of here. And then he sees like the thing vanish. He's, well, you are all quite capable. Well, yes, let's get out of here then.
We've got
and
questions for you, mister.
The automaton will get next to you, so everybody's within 5 feet. The Professor, as you're about to cast this, the Professor does take a step back and hold out this like pearl in his hand, and you see a ghostly green flame flicker across his eyes. Thank you for helping me get what I needed. We have no further use for you. And he vanishes.
I'm gonna counterspell.
Okay, give me a roll. He's a warlock. He will counterspell your counterspell.
I don't have counterspell.
What level?
I'm an octopus.
If he sees you counterspelling, so what level are you rolling at?
4th.
4th. Okay, so he will do a basic counterspell.
Okay.
So I need a 14. He adds a +6 to this.
I'm gonna wait to roll.
That is a 8 + 6 is 14.
Bastard.
Yep, just makes it. I rolled shitty too. I was like, oh fuck, this might not. No, okay. You see his magic that he has. It has like that kind of like ghostly green aura to it, and as his eyes kind of like flame up with green flame, he looks to you and he smirks. He vanishes away in like this like maleficent like green flame, and he's gone. And you are here in the red room with the alarm blaring.
I'm gonna
back at Ondine's turn at the top of initiative.
I'm gonna word of recall us back to the pirate ship.
Okay. You all and you are taken back to the poop deck of the pirate ship.
And as soon as we get back, I'm going to kill him.
Marisha, I'm starting to think he didn't have tenure.
Yes, I think you're right.
Just patting the octopus head.
I'm just like, bloom, bloom, bloom. Yeah, I can't even answer you.
You see the automaton is just like on the floor with like his hands like over his head, and he's just kind of like rocking back and forth. I can't believe I didn't see it earlier. How did I miss it?
It's not your fault, Pollo!
No, he has the pearl. He has the artifact.
What was that artifact in the first place? It was just a pearl. It was pretty. It was pearlescent. That's what pearls do.
No, that is what we intended to use to bind her. The Kraken.
Oh.
The Kraken.
What?
The Kraken and her cult. They split open the water plane. That was their goal all along. We intended to use these pearls to seal her away, and it seems that they succeeded. But with it in two pieces, that means they had to have succeeded before, and they split it up into multiple pieces like we had planned, but I fear for if one of her warlocks has it, they are close to releasing her.
His magic did feel extra warlocky. What are you saying, Poyo?
He kind of looks over to you, Ondine. No magic. It reeks of her. The magic on the ship here. It all feels too similar. I couldn't see it before, but now I know it to be true. The Sea Witch is the Kraken. And with that, we'll pick up Tales of Theris, Part 3.
Oh my god!
The Kraken is the Sea Witch?
It was Danny all along.
It was me all along. It was Agatha all along.
Who was that creature? Who was that creature that was following you? That you saw, Cosette? Who's to know? Who's to say? But we will answer all those questions and more on next time on Play Shift with the conclusion to our Trident Tales of Theris Part 3.
I don't know who I should be smacking, but I'm pissed it was the Kraken.
Yeah. With that, let's go around. Introduce yourself. Say your name, who you were playing, and let's give some highlights, lowlights before we go to the chat with any questions. Chat, if anyone's still watching, we appreciate you. We love you. Please drop some questions for us in the chat while we do our highlights and lowlights, and we will get to those right after. Let's go ahead. Oh, I'm just gonna roll a d4. Danny, go ahead and start.
Hi, I'm Danny. I played Ondine, the Arcana Cleric. We're level 14. Highlights. Real fun time. Real good time. I never trusted him. I always said, don't tell him anything. God dang it. I was gonna teleport us out of there. Arcana Clerics should have Counterspell. It just feels right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll just put a pin in that for later.
Yep. I almost gave it away earlier when he took a bunch of damage and didn't go down. I was like, well, he does fall. He does flop down to the ground.
Yeah, I thought that was fucking suspicious.
Yeah, I'm glad no one called me on it in the moment because that almost fucked everything up.
That was fun.
Forgot my security system does damage to everybody.
Shauna with the octopus over the eyes, brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah, that anti-magic cone is killer. Yeah.
Anti-magic. Can't stand up to an octopus.
That is me.
All right. Let's go around. We'll keep going around. Steph, your character and highlights and lowlights.
Yeah, my name's Stephanie. I was playing Cosette, the level 14 swashbuckling rogue. Highlights, my dice actually rolled like dice today.
Yeah, you were hidden.
Wow.
Participate in D&D. For the full time. Amazing.
Wow.
We're talking about the game, just being on land and the idea that we don't have open mic nights.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Mike?
Who is that?
What is open about him?
Yeah.
What about his body is open?
Yeah. Well, and being the sun. I was like, yeah, we probably haven't ever really looked at it if going to the surface is so taboo. So that was fun. Can't wait to see the moon. Oof, it's gonna be a big one. Low lights, seeing wobbly little Beakus stuck in goop. That was sad.
Yep.
That was rough.
Wobble beak.
Yeah. I like to imagine that it gooped you when you were big, and then you shrunk down so you were able to like get out of it easier.
Yeah, Beakus wobbles, but he doesn't fall down.
No. And then somebody actually said that they like learning character name inspirations. And so kind of the idea behind mine, I was originally going to go with something very like Stygian, because I was like, ooh, like deep sea, very dark, mythical. And then when Danny was like, oh, we're going to be twins and my name's Ondine, I was like, ooh, that feels very French. So I still kind of wanted that like...
It's... Ondine means like water nymph or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I want something like similar feeling, sort of like nymphy, like a little more gothic.
Ooh la la.
Yeah. So that was mine.
Love it. Marisha, Shauna.
Hey there, I'm Shauna. I played Marisha Manta Ray. Character inspiration name. I think it kind of speaks for itself. Playing a Circle of the Moon Druid. Highlights Chris's little stand-up a bit, of course. I loved
very good. Very good.
Yeah, Carter's what is it? The NPC for that was signing people up, trying to hand him the pen. He's like, what? Yeah. Yes. You trying to shout your name into the paper. Yes.
I just couldn't imagine how our ink worked underwater, so I just imagine you scream your name into paper and that's how you sign stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
Everything's voice to text.
Yeah.
Seeing seagulls and pelicans for the first time and immediately trying to kill one. That was great.
That was so funny. I threw a javelin at it, yeah.
It's an Aracuda!
The Aracuda's good.
Let's see. No low lights. That guy was suspicious as fuck, and now we know why. That poor pelican whale is going to be bursting at the seams. Probably, hopefully you're back on the water, so you could just freely go back in the ocean. And octopus, that was fun. I love being a good animal. So fun.
Love that.
That's it.
Chris.
Highlight, obviously, the fucking octopus blocking the anti-magic ray was incredible. Another highlight, of course, Jay Poyo. Shout out to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Jay Poyo. Appreciate you.
Anti-Marisha Ray.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to check out the Patreon, just saying. Highlight and lowlight was Carter fully shutting down my character in the most effective way that I have ever been shut down through an anti-magic beam.
And the restrain goop.
Ooh, yeah, Brian just said, highlight the Beakus belt of strength reveal. Beakus, turns out, has an 8 strength. But
wow,
he has a belt that gives him 21 strength.
Yeah.
And so when he got anti-magicked, he just fully was like, oh, my dark secret. Like he's so charming that he has like pretty privilege, and he never even assumed that using a belt to increase his strength was even an issue. And tonight, that became an issue.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. When does magic get shut down? Like, when have you ever seen magic get shut down? Never.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
Yep. Love that.
Yeah, that was a really, really fun time.
Awesome.
I feel like we're like in these characters a lot better, especially tonight. I can't wait for part 3.
Yeah. If part 2 was rough with a mage hunter golem, imagine fighting a leviathan in the next mission, which you think everything is kind of like going towards. So it's like, yeah, take level 14. You know what? For the hell of it, take level 15. Go and get your 15th level. Get a little magic item here and there.
Last highlight, the Willy play. I loved playing with Willy.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the Willy play.
You got to play with your willy, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shake your
turning my whale into a bucket.
Here at Lork.
Lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, bucket bird. Love that. Hey, thanks, Poyo, for shouting out the Patreon in the chat there. Appreciate you, man. And lastly, yeah, I was Carter. I was your lore master, as we like to say here at Lorecasters. And thanks for listening to part 3 of Theris. My highlight for the night.
Part 2 of 3.
Part 2 of 3 I like to call it a trident. Usually you get your 1 shots, your 2 shots. This is a trident, as we're in the underwater adventure. But yeah, where will part 3 take us? Who knows? Thank you guys for my highlight is just like you guys riffing the things that I put out there. I know if I throw Chris an open mic night, he's gonna bite at it, you know. I know if I throw a bunch of animals at Shauna, she's gonna play with them. She's gonna mess with them. Especially as a druid, I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what happens here. Did I think the entire bit would surround an orc, a whale, and a pelican? No, I did not.
Of course.
But that was fantastic. Danny, I love playing with your Sea Witch patron and like what that looks like as a knowledge cleric. And I do have Arcana Cleric. Yeah, I keep saying knowledge. With an Arcana Cleric, like I have more planned to kind of like feed into that a little bit, and I'm excited to see where that goes. Because it for all intents and purposes, it looks like your patron is like the perpetrator of the flooding of this world.
Yeah.
1,000 years ago, and 1,000 years ago, that sounds like a convenient plot timeline for veils to be thinned between layers of reality. So it looks like she's 1,000 years later getting a second shot at her original plan.
Brian, stop calling me out.
The witchy tie-in? Shocked.
Earlier he called me out for Danny with thieves tools.
Yeah.
I have a brand.
Yeah.
Stephanie's gonna play the hell out of a mermaid. I'm so glad we got to bring you in. All the stuff with the masthead and the dugs and those dice, baby. Those dice were coming through.
Oh my god.
Who is she?
You know, it only took 5 weeks?
Yeah.
Just shit rolls all the time.
That's a good one. I hope that carries over into part 3 of Tales of Theris, because y'all are gonna need those dice rolls.
Oof.
This is very. I'm leaving it open for like the potential of this being a deadly encounter. You guys are racing towards kind of a world-shattering apocalyptic kind of encounter here. So excited to see where things go on the next time we come together on PlayShift. And I'd love to have this table back. I really hope you guys can make it a couple of Fridays from now. And we'll pick up where we left off on the deck of this kind of cool ghost pirate ship.
Yeah.
But until then,
are we doing it next stream on the 25th, or are we doing it on the next stream on November 8th?
We can do it on the next one. Either one works for me. We'll talk about what the next play shift is, but yeah, I'd be happy to round out this one, just depending on what our schedules look like. But if everyone's free, then the next play shift will be Theris. And then do we have any questions from the chat as we wrap up our highlights and lowlights? I don't know. I don't think I'm seeing any specific ones.
Yeah, I saw.
I know Jay Poyle said, "Do you
mentioned it? The character name inspirations."
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. I wanted to touch on that a little bit. I got to make up a bunch of names for this. So Theris is just something I made up. I didn't realize it was so close to Odyssey of Theros until like Danny said something. But I wanted to do like an underwater adventure. And there's like Greek words for like TH and C, so I kind of iterated on that a little bit. And then the name of Atlandis nowadays is More Elaine, and More Elaine changing some spelling around in Celtic means the lonely island, the islands apart from others. So I like to just play with a lot of different languages and like see what words translate to, and then mash those together. As you'll see in a lot of like my big bads and other creatures that are in different campaigns, I like to create a word, that doesn't really exist or have any context. Did you guys have any things for your names? for why we chose Cosette Ondine. I know we touched a little bit on like the French kind of aspect of it.
Ondine is the name of a mythological water nymph.
Love that.
And
that's
I thought
really
it was pretty.
cool.
So
it's really pretty.
In my list of character names, I literally just had Ondine and then a hyphen, and it says pretty water lady.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm playing.
Definitely that.
Yep.
Did anybody? Marisha, Manta Ray, obviously, obvious name inspiration there. We love it. Beakus Boktopus. Tell me, where does that come from?
Yeah.
Other than octopus beaks.
Yeah, no, that was fully it. I like to do a good one-syllable name. So, like, Beak felt good, but also, like, he's very fancy and comes from a very, like, he was one of the top guards of Theris. Like, he's fancy as fuck. So I wanted to make it a little extra fancy, so Beak, instead of just Beak, it was Beakus. And also, like a rags to riches, he was adopted by a fucking octopus, so his name is Beakus Boktopus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like a one syllable name.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time. Like I break from that when I go for like fancy, like Bernardleby was my butler character
fancy
that
boy.
I played. But yeah, Beak, I like a Drip, I like a Stiv.
Mm-hmm.
Love Stiv.
Yeah, so Beak.
I see a question from Brian in the chat. Yeah, the crew is manned by Dougs, because that's awesome. I love that. I love like an entire crew.
Ship.
Yeah.
Crewed by Dougs.
Crewed by Dougs. These are all Dougs. Obviously, Tress of the Emerald Sea inspired. So
Fantastic
love that.
Book.
Yeah. Us importing some Brandon Sanderson references into our game mythos, never ever. But yeah, we love the Dougs.
We dig Doug.
Yeah, the Council of Dougs. The Council of Dougs approves.
Good.
But cool. Any other questions from the chat before we wrap things up here on PlayShift?
Yeah,
All right.
That's it. Yeah,
Thanks
and
for Gucci.
when Beak got to the land and he assumed everyone's name was Doug, but it wasn't. He was upset and he felt awkward.
A quick shout out. I want to give a quick shout out to Chris for running OBS and running all of the tech behind the scenes here. Thank you so much for doing all that. That is super helpful on my end for not having to manage a million things. That's really fun. And then MacKenzie with Battle Mage and with Lorecasters made these beautiful graphics. So shout out to Ken's for making these an underwater graphic for an underwater campaign. That is so cool and so fun. I can't wait to see our next couple of play shifts and see kind of like what graphics we get to use and all that. But
And
super shout out to Ken's.
I'll switch to the loop real quick.
Yeah, the loops, yeah.
Like, made this loop, and it loops perfectly. Like, what the hell? That's awesome.
That is so cool. So super shout out to Ken's for doing really all of our art, the Lorecasters logo.
Yes.
All these graphics and stuff that we've done. So
I think open for commissions if you want to commission Ken's.
Open for commissions, yeah.
Please message Lorecasters.
Yeah, and I know she'll get busy around this time of year because it's like Christmas and she's gonna have a bunch of like Christmas orders and stuff. She painted Harlow and Vex, which I'll have to show some other time. But she did these like watercolors of Vex and Harlow that are really pretty. So yeah, shout out to Ken's
that are fucking incredible. Like she does everything.
Yeah, Ilshoa map, everything.
Oh my god.
But yeah, thanks you so much to our guests, Lorecasters Shauna and Stephanie for coming in. We super appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll get to close out Tales of Theris Part 3 with y'all. But we'll get you back to your partners, your babies, get everyone to bed. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, guys, and we'll see you next time.
And a massive shout out to Jay Poyo.
To Jay Poyo, yeah, shout out Patreons. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Goodbye. We love you.
Bye.
All right. See y'all. This is Loremaster signing off.
Dabbing.
Big good job going.
That's it. It's done.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for sticking with us. I tried to get us wrapped around 10, so and we started a little late, so this is a good time to end.
That's perfect.
Yeah.